You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
It's a hot day and a hot night for some baseball from the Valley of the Sun as the Angels interleague week of play rolls on from Phoenix as we welcome you into this Angels Live presented by Nissan right here on Valley Sports. It's game 2 of 3 this evening against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and here's what's coming up on the show. Get your popcorn ready. Jose Soriano takes the mound today. Gooby will talk about his keys to success and taming that Diamondbacks offense, which had a coming out party against the Halos last night, looking to contain it. Plus, small sample size, but like the results with Mickey Moniac, hopefully it's the start of something good for the Mick as we welcome you inside Chase Field alongside Bart Gubiza, Erica Weston with you. I think it's warmer today.
Yeah, by the way, you said get the popcorn. That's your favorite snack, isn't it?
You know, I wasn't even trying to think about that. Every once in a while, I'll just fall into a good line. Perhaps that's what I had working tonight, and hopefully that's what the Angels have working tonight. But they'll be doing so without a couple guys. Logan O'Hoppe not in the lineup, and neither is Taylor Ward. Gooby.
Yeah, not having Taylor Ward. Last night was his 3rd game this season, which he's hit a double and a home run in the same game. Not having that power in there definitely is a setback, but he could be available off the bench still, so he's a threat still against the Diamondbacks staff at some point. And Logan O'Hoppe, you just hope he's going to be okay. I just saw him a little bit ago. He said he's feeling a lot better.
Yeah, Logan is feeling a little bit better. Both of those decisions, by the way, were Ron Washington decisions. Logan was supposed to be in the lineup. Just want to give them an extra day. He wanted to maybe DH Taylor Ward today, but give him that extra rest. It is hot, but speaking of hot and the fire, Gooby, we know Jose Soriano is going to be throwing gas up on the mound tonight as he's making his way onto the field, and he has been so good for the Angels since he's moved into that starter role.
I mean, he's really been such a good flow going into that starting rotation. You can see the stuff gets better each and every time out there. When you throw that kind of baseball against the San Diego Padres and that offense they have, you know you could dominate. He had 14 outs on the ground the other day against San Diego. He's got the power knuckle curve, which is an outstanding swing and miss pitch. Same thing with his splitter. But I love the fact that he can use that sinker at 99 to 101 miles per hour to either get a swing and miss on occasion, but a lot of ground balls for Soriano. So when he has that going for him, he's a very difficult guy to be able to hit the ball against.
Look at this. The Angels starters in their first year going back to 87, Gooby, highest ground ball percentage. Soriano at the top of the list.
And it's crazy too, Erica, when you think he throws 101 miles an hour, but when it's down in that lower third, it's going to be put in play, and it's going to be put in play on the ground a lot of times. So with that hard sink he has in there, that's what makes him so special. That's how he's been able to get deeper into games too, because he's getting those quick outs on the ground.
And you know that the defense loves that too, Gooby. Going into that last start, it was all about the knuckle curve because it's so lethal, but it was the sinker that saw the results. So keys for him tonight to hold down that Diamondbacks offense.
Worker, we're going to say with the same thing we've been talking about. Just getting some quick outs with his sinker. That's going to be the #1 thing as far as my go-tos to be successful, is getting those outs quickly on the ground. That allows you to stay in the game, but also get whiffs with the secondary pitches. 41 strikeouts, and he's got 3 pitches over 32% whiff percentage between his knuckle curve, his slider, and his splitter. So he has those 3 pitches to go to for whiffs, but we'll use that sinker to get some quick ground ball outs.
And he's kind of been a bit of a road dog this season too, Gooby. We know he's turned it around as far as pitching at home. Of course, you can point to that start he had against the Padres, but there's certainly something to it when he was on the road. Switching gears now, Gooby, the former Halo beating up on us last night, nearly hitting for the cycle in one Randall Grichuk.
I mean, his swing was so quick. And we were showing even the ball he hit out of the ballpark for the home run yesterday, how quick he was able to bring his hands inside the baseball. And yes, he was the Grinch who stole Christmas from the Halos last night, and is a former Halo twice, but he went out there yesterday. You always pull for this guy, even though it's against the Angels, but when you see that quick bat that he has, how he gets through the baseball so quick, so consistent, you know he had a chance to have a big game. He was just a single away from hitting for the cycle. He got the two hardest ones out of the way right away, a triple and a home run. Then eventually he hits a double down the left field line. Also mixed in a walk, so he was patient enough, not going out of the zone and swinging the pitches that were not strikes. So a very, very impressive night. He was also pretty solid defensively in the outfield.
He sure was, and he said afterwards, of course I was thinking about it, right? You know, they always are thinking about it, but had he gotten the cycle, it would have been in the most difficult order, as you mentioned, the triple, home run, the double, and then getting the single. He said, of course, it would have been cool to hit that one out, but he wasn't the only guy on cycle watch for the Diamondbacks last night. Corbin Carroll, he was a home run away, too.
Yeah, I mean, he had been struggling, too, and watching his swing last night, I was thinking, when has he been struggling? He was on the baseball. He's so fast, too, when he puts the ball in play. He utilizes that speed. He still has the power, which is surprising when he's looking for that last one to be able to hit for the cycle was his home run. He had over 20 home runs last season for the National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks, but that speed he has, putting the ball in play, just using his hands, keeping the ball in play was pretty impressive for him last night.
He's really just kind of an all-around player for the Diamondbacks in so many different ways, Scooby, and I know he's been looking for that rhythm as far as the offense goes, and you're just hoping that you're not seeing two guys on cycle watch in the second game tonight.
Yeah, you were worried about Carroll if you were a Diamondbacks fan because of that front shoulder. That Lee's shoulder was a little bit sore, but after those swings we saw last night, it tells me that he's ready to get hot. Hopefully it won't get hot for a few more days, though.
Not as hot as it is outside of Chase Field. So you know what Gritch gets as a reward for nearly cycling last night? Not in the lineup tonight.
Yes.
What's that all about? I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure
okay, the Grinch is not going to be stealing any hearts here today for the Halos.
perhaps he is a Grinch as we look at Torey Lovello's Diamondbacks lineup in Game 2 tonight. Corbin Carroll leading things off tonight, followed by Ketel Marte, Jock Peterson, Christian Walker, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Jake McCarthy back in there tonight with Gabriel Moreno behind the dish. The Blaze Alexander and Geraldo Perdomo, who made his return to the Diamondbacks roster last night. Who are you looking at in this one?
Jock Peterson's really hit the ball extremely well. And you know what? Even his batting average is up, and we know how his power, and he's a big moment guy. So you want to avoid having him up there in situations where he can do some damage against you. But look at this roster. They have a Blaze and a Slade going here today.
Slade Cecconi will be on the bump for the Diamondbacks. We'll have more on him coming up later in the show. What Jose Soriano is going to be facing tonight, hopefully flipping things around tonight for the Halos. Tonight, we are remembering one of the most iconic sports figures to ever grace Southern California. Jerry West passed away this morning with his wife, Karen, at his side. He was a Hall of Famer as a player, a 12-time All-NBA selection with the Los Angeles Lakers. His silhouette is the NBA logo. His enduring legacy was as a Hall of Fame executive, the architect of the Lakers' Showtime era with Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and others. He ushered in another Lakers dynasty when he paired Shaquille O'Neal with Kobe Bryant. Our thoughts are with his family and colleagues tonight. Jerry West was 86 years old.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show? There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Angels Live on Valley Sports is brought to you by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. Jose Soriano and the Angels looking to get back in the win column tonight. Mickey Moniac back in the starting lineup tonight, getting a pinch hit, base hit last night off of the bench. Perhaps a sign of things to come. I had a chance to catch up with Mickey earlier today.
Just getting more comfortable in the box. Kind of just putting one foot in front of the other. I've had some good talks with Jay Wash and Laker over the last few days, and it's been good. I feel like kind of back to having that confidence in my routine and what I'm doing in BP. Just kind of trying to simplify things. So.
I was going to ask the confidence. I know it's been a struggle. This is not the Mickey that we know based on the guy we saw last year. You know that better than anybody. How frustrating has it been?
Yeah, I think definitely frustrated. As a competitor, I want to go out there and hit 1,000 and hit a home run every at bat. And obviously that's not going to happen. And getting off to a slow start this year, just kind of staying the course. I think I'm still young, still 26, still got a lot of baseball ahead of me. So just taking it as a learning moment, and very confident in the fact that we have 4 more months left, 3.5 more months left, whatever it may be, and just going to take things one day at a time, and we'll see what happens. At the end of September, hopefully playing in October, but going into the off season, and we'll reconvene.
You mentioned conversations at work with Jay Wash and Laker. How much of that has been about your swing and trying to even things out? Yeah,
I think having them, for a little bit was kind of lost with the swing, kind of trying to figure out, what worked and what didn't work, and they were throwing ideas at me, and I think it just came down to Jay Wash just being like, look, whatever you do, you got to buy in, and they could give me suggestions based off of what they think is going to work, and if I'm not bought in, it's not going to work. There's a 0% chance it's going to work. So just picking something, settling in on it, and trying to take it the rest of the year. It's kind of what I did last year. We had a set routine, didn't stray away from it, at all the entire year. It worked out. It gave me the confidence to go into every game, ready to go and know that, my swing was in the right spot, and then it was just going out there and competing. So just kind of getting back to that, it's kind of been the main focus.
So are you going back to more of what you were doing last year, or kind of a combination of what they're preaching with you and what you had going last year?
I think there's kind of a set few things that are kind of universal as far as hitting goes that we've talked about. I think just having a good bat path, staying through the baseball, making sure I have a good base underneath me, and that I'm swinging at the right pitches. And I think the off season is kind of for that tinkering as far as trying to change your swing, trying to maybe try to magnify, trying to get the most out of what I could do. And right now it's about competing, and I think just kind of getting back to those 3 common things that we were talking about has allowed me to go out there and compete, and felt pretty good. I've played this game for a little while now, and you got a long way to go, and I know that anything can happen, ups and downs, it's all part of it. So just kind of riding the wave and take the good with the bad, try to learn, and just keep going.
He said a lot of good things in that conversation, Gooby. One of them was the swing, though, for you, the bat path.
Yeah, good job on that one, Erica, too. I think the big thing we even talked about during the game, instead of trying to lift everything up, just get through the baseball a little bit quicker, a little shorter through the baseball, gives you a better chance of making consistent contact. When he started, he's 3 for his last 8, his last 3 games, and what you're seeing is he's hitting the ball on the line and on the ground. Now, eventually, he'll get a couple of those pitches where he can lift and do some damage in the air, but until he gets to the point where he's quick enough and confident enough in getting to the baseball, then you hit the ball on the line and on the ground, and that's where you're going to see some more success. He's going to be able to create some backspin on the baseball when he's more level. He doesn't have to have that 40-degree launch angle. He can get down there around that 18 to 20 range and hit the ball on the line and still be able to create the lift.
Gooby, so you're talking about a level swing for Mickey Moniac that would cut down some of those pop-ups, but who sticks out as far as somebody's swing that you're looking that's similar as far as being very level?
Well, I mean, I think think when you look at any time, left-handed swings are always so good. But I even, a guy we work with, like Garrett Anderson, had one of those swings too where...
Get him on the horn.
Yes, I mean, he had one of those. We talk a lot about, to staying inside the baseball, be able to go inside the baseball, go the other way, go back up the middle. You're still going to be able to create some bat speed enough where you can lift the baseball up in the air, but you got to be consistent about getting the barrel of the bat on the baseball consistently, and when you do that, you're going to be successful.
Again, it's just 2 games. He had the 1 plate appearance last night. He was starting on Sunday, but that's certainly something that he can build on, and I'm glad to see that the confidence hasn't wavered.
Hitting is all about confidence.
Sure.
I mean, it's the hardest thing in sports. Deion Sanders, one of the greatest athletes ever, said the hardest thing in sports, hitting a baseball, and if you're not confident in the batter's box, you're not going to hit. So when you have confidence up there, it doesn't matter if Nolan Ryan's on the mound pitching or Roger Clemens or anybody on the mound. If you're seeing the ball well and you're confident in your swing.
So as a pitcher, trust your stuff. As a hitter, just be confident in the swing and the work that you're putting in. Stay with us as we get you set. We're getting closer and closer to first pitch from Chase Field. Joe Adell, he had some success at the plate last night. We'll take a look at tonight's matchup. That's next right here on Valley Sports.
At Domino's, we know there's a lot of...
This is what you've been waiting for, folks. This is Gunnar Henderson.
American League Rookie of the Year. What a superstar rookie season he had.
What can this guy do?
One of the best all-around players. You better be really good at what you do if you're going to be called Gunnar.
Out of here! Gunnar Henderson's season is in full effect.
Gunnar Henderson's my shortstop. This dude, absolute animal.
Show him who you are, kid. Show him who you are.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
That I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Angels fans making their way to Chase Field tonight for game 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks. Some city connects in the house tonight.
Love it.
We love to see those on the road. It's Jose Soriano against Slade Cecconi as we take a look at Ron Washington's lineup tonight. Shawnuel Rengifo, Kevin Pillar back in there with Willie Calhoun DHing. Matty Theis behind the plate. Neto, Moniac, Joe Adell, and Luis Guillorme, Gooby.
Yeah, Matt Theis is starting to swing the bat better. I mean, he almost had a home run yesterday. I think when he gets going himself, he can do some damage with the power, and I look for him to try. He might get the pool today. He might go in the pool. That's my call today. Theis baby's going to be swimming in the pool today.
I hope somebody goes in the pool so I can go out there tomorrow and talk about it. That'd be awesome. You're calling your shot. I love to hear that. Speaking of hitting well, your guy, Chaminade, Kevin Pillar, doing it again, getting another RBI in the game last night.
Absolutely amazing what he has done since May 1st. 12 extra base hits, 23 RBIs, which leads the club in his categories. And he was a guy that was let go by the Chicago White Sox, but he stays in through the baseball well. Talking about having a lot more confidence in his hands through the baseball, the power. How many big clutch hits has he had since he put on the Angels uniform for Pillar? And he loves those moments. He loves teaching the younger players to be successful too.
That's an important role to have. You have the leadership and you've got him showing how to do do it in those big situations with runners in scoring position. But listen, it's been a tough month for Joe Adell. He had 2 hits last night, Gooby. Again, perhaps something that he can build on because it's been a little bit of a rough go lately for
Erica,
Joe.
going up the middle on his 2 hits yesterday, that's important for him. Yes, we know he could pull the baseball, hit it a long, long way to left field. But when he's staying back on the baseball, letting the baseball travel a little bit deeper, that tells you that he's trusting his hands. Yeah, you need a break every once in a while. That baseball, I don't know if they're going to throw him anyhow, but it hits the bag and ends up being. But this swing right there, that is a rocket. When he stays on it, he's going to drive it. He might even be able to go the other way himself tonight, but staying in there on breaking balls. Hey, you're never going to hit a great slider or curveball. Let those go and look fastball and do some damage on the fastball.
I was going to say right up the middle. It doesn't get any more right up the middle than that. Going right past the pitcher and hitting off of the second base bag. Like you said, sometimes you need a little bit of a break.
You need those things. Every once in a while, it's like sometimes you talk about a little flare into the outfield, a broken bat hit, anything to get you going confidence-wise. But going back up the middle like that on 2 hits last night for Joe Adell, hopefully that carries into some success today.
Hey, you'll take it. I know I would. Maybe it loosens the grip of the bat a little bit. Switching gears to Diamondbacks pitching tonight, Gooby. Slade, Cecconi. You and Wayne have fun with that one, with the pronunciation of that. But go-tos facing him tonight.
I mean, Cecconi, for me, he's given up some power, especially versus the fastball so far this season. So you have to go back, even we talk about with Joe Adell, my go-tos to have success against him there is you got to power with success versus his fastball. He's giving up the home runs. He's got a lot of home runs there, 6 home runs, and slugging percentage over .540 versus his fastball. In the second time through, he's really had struggled. Even in the 5th inning, he's given up 12 earned runs and 5 home runs in the 5th inning alone. So that second time through is where a lot of hitters have success against him.
Well, we've certainly seen the Angels rally in the late innings, 5th and 6th, but I would love to see them get something on him early so that 5th inning doesn't really become relevant. But as far as the Diamondbacks offense, no Jake McCarthy last night, Gooby. He had a great game on Sunday, 3 for 4 with a home run in there. He's in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, he's got some power too, but the thing is, it impresses me, he's incredibly fast too. Already 9 stolen bases in 10 attempts. He had 26 of them last season for the Diamondbacks. So he's a guy with power, some power on occasion with that big home run there. And he's been really good with runners in scoring position. That means he's comfortable in those spots. When a pitcher is on the mound and you have runners in scoring position, usually at the top of your game, but he's at 364 for the Diamondbacks. So pretty impressive.
Let's keep him off his game. You stay on your game, crushing it on the pregame show per usual. Get
Erica,
on upstairs.
outstanding. Grab some popcorn.
Average at best. I'm going to have some popcorn, make sure I'm ready to go. Thanks for joining me. Have a great call. Stay with us. We've got more to come as we get you set for first pitch from Chase Field. Coming up next, we'll hear from Ron Washington before today's game. That's next on Valley Sports.
Christopher Russo is the mad dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
This is what you've been waiting for, folks. This is Gunnar Henderson.
American League Rookie of the Year.
What a superstar rookie season he had.
Can this guy do
One of the best all-around players. You better be really good at what you do if you're going to be called Gunnar.
out of here? Gunnar Henderson's season is in full effect.
Gunnar Henderson's my shortstop. This dude, absolute animal.
Show him who you are, kid. Show him who you are.
Live on Valley Sports is brought to you by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. Plenty of red in the seats tonight for Game 2 of 3 against the Arizona Diamondbacks here from Chase Field. Plenty to catch up on with the Angels earlier today. A team meeting. More from Ron Washington on the Halos meeting before today's game.
Had a skull session, and it was tremendous. I don't want to reveal what we talked about, but it was tremendous. I've been in the game 54 years, and that was one of the most moving times I've had with these guys.
Why?
Because of the things we discussed, and the guys that the discussion was about, they stood up like grown men and handled their business, and I was very proud of them.
So you got everybody in there kind of taking accountability for some things?
Yes, about everything. Not some things, everything. It was awesome.
What do you hope the players take away from this conversation?
Believe in themselves, knowing they can, and just go out and do it. And do it together. Do it together.
No Logan today. He said he's feeling better. Was he supposed to be in the lineup today?
Yes, he was supposed to be in the lineup today. It was my doing. I was a catcher. I went through what he went through last night. I saw Real Muto go through it last year, and I just didn't want to push him back out there. He's ready to go. He'll be back in there tomorrow. I want him to move around and make sure everything is well. If I need him tonight, he's available.
Is there something to it with Theis, too? Because he's caught Soriano a lot this season.
Nope, I didn't think that. I just had Ohapi in there for today. But, hey, I feel good with Theis back there, too. And he's proven that to us already. So I really feel strong about everyone we have.
Did you get a report on Silseth last night and how he looked?
Well, I think the numbers told what he looked like.
Sometimes they don't, so that's why I'm asking.
Wow, when you talk about 4 bombs and 2 2/3 innings and 70-something pitches, you know, he said he felt a little out of sort, so he got to work to get back in sort, whatever that is. But at least he's back on the mound. He was healthy, and that's all that matters. He'll get it back together because he has the stuff to get it back together. But he's healthy, and the lines didn't look good, but he came out of it healthy.
All right, that's thoughts from Ron Washington before today's game to a nice little team meeting to make sure everybody's on the same page. Speaking of the Angels lineup, no Taylor Ward or Logan Ohapi tonight. Taylor Ward left with some back tightness. It was precautionary. He did hit that home run after he felt that back tighten up. Ron Washington decided to keep him out of the starting lineup today. Logan Ohapi taking that foul ball to the groin area. He said he's feeling 100% better today, but once again, Ron Washington making the call, keeping both of them out of the starting lineup. Stay with us. First pitch and lineups coming your way next. Wayne Randazzo, Mark Gubiza on the call.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it! Throws a no-hitter!
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game all season long.
Boom! And how fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network.
that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, "You're gonna love this." He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, "These cars are going fast," I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 or get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue Platinum.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS. Rolade's dual-active formula begins to neutralize acid on contact. Rolade spells relief.
You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
The desert fields down here in Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight's game brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's game 2 of a 3-game series between the Los Angeles Angels and the Arizona Diamondbacks inside Chase Field. Alongside Marco Bazan, Wayne Randazzo, Gobi, we saw a lot of scoring here last night for game 1 of this series, and we saw the outfielders for the Angels come through in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Wayne, you obviously need some power out of that outfield position with Mike Trout in the outfield right now for the Halos, but there's been some other guys led by Taylor Ward going out there and doing his job, and he's been swinging the bat with authority of late. You look at his 3 times this season, he's had a home run and a double, including the last night where he crushed the ball at 2 RBI, so it's good to see Taylor Ward using the power swing, getting his timing together at the plate. But, you know, he's one of those guys right now. He may not be in there for us, but he's still swinging the bat with authority.
And some back tightness came out of the game yesterday. Taylor not in the lineup tonight, but Kevin Pillar isn't playing left field.
I'll tell you, it's amazing what Pillar has done. 12 extra base hits, 23 RBI since May 1st for the Halos. And every time you need that clutch hit, Kevin Pillar has been that guy.
Joe Adell had a couple of hits yesterday. We haven't seen Adell rack up a multi-hit game in a while. His first one since May 8th. Possibly will get him going.
Yeah, we need to get him going, especially when you think about that last swing he had. He hit that one on the line. When you see Joe Adell start to hit the ball to the middle part of the field, then you're going to see that ability to turn on the ball and hit a home run out the left field. But stay on the baseball, let it travel a little bit deeper.
It's been intriguing to watch Mickey Moniac over the last few games as well. It seems like his swing has come back.
When he is staying on top of the baseball right now, 3 for his last 8. He's not thinking about lifting the ball in the air as consistent as he was last year, but now hit line drives, baseballs on the ground. It's going to be a lot better for Mickey Moniac.
Well, the Angels in the outfield had a good game yesterday and even slid over to the Diamondbacks side with a former Angel in the outfield. Randall Grichuk had some game yesterday.
Yeah, he was going in for the cycle last night. I mean, he's always been a guy with a super quick bat, especially on the inside part of the plate. He had a triple, he had a double, he had a home run yesterday, 2 RBIs, mixed in a walk, was looking for that cycle, didn't get that single after that, but just impressive how quick his bat can still be on a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Played some solid defense too, but he's always a former Angel. We always one of our favorites, but he wasn't a favorite last night doing what he's doing with the bat.
No, he had a big night. Well, a bunch of Diamondbacks did. Corbin Carroll did as well, and the Diamondbacks won the first game. The Angels trying to even up this series tonight, and they'll have Jose Soriano on the mound to try to do just that here this evening. We'll have more on Soriano and all the ground ball outs he's gotten lately coming up in just a few moments.
You're way shorter than I thought.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it! Throws a
breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight, inside the game all season long.
Boom! And how fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network.
Angels Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By Jack in the Box, the Munchies have met their match. Try Jack's Munchies under $4 today. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. It's Jose Soriano starting for the Angels tonight. Gilby, if he keeps going at this pace, he'll set an Angels record.
I mean, he's got that power, 101-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's in the lower third of the strike zone. Gets a lot of soft contact towards the end of the bat. Even in the handle of the bat, although his knuckle curve and his splitter and slider get a lot of ground balls. You think about 14 ground ball outs in his last start against the Padres. That's a blue moon bright spot. When you get that ball and keep it on the ground, you have a chance of being dominant and getting deeper in the ball games. I look for him to do that today against the Diamondbacks. Just work that sinker downstairs and be successful against this lineup that's swinging the bats pretty well now.
Soriano up against Slade Cecconi on the mound for Arizona tonight. It's game 2 of this series. The Angels will try to even things up in a game apiece. We'll have the first pitch in the lineups coming up in just a moment.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Angels and the Diamondbacks here tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series from Chase Field as the Halos get ready. Zack Neto even giving a hug to the bat boy.
Yeah, you know, he's always got an energy, a positive energy going, a leader of this team, even being so young. See him have a big game here today as he moved up in the batting lineup.
I'll show you that lineup brought to you by Theodore Robbins 4 with Shonowell back at the top of the order. Rengifo playing third base tonight. Mentioned Taylor Ward not in the lineup. Neither is Logan O'Hoppe. Both left yesterday's games with injuries, but both are doing much better today. And there is Zack Neto hitting in the number 6 spot in the lineup, facing a right-hander by the name of Slade Cecconi for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, Cecconi, he's got a pretty good fastball as far as velocity. He's struggled so far this season with his record 1-4 with an ERA 5.66. My go-to to continue that trend and have success against him tonight is power for success versus his fastball. 6 home runs, 570 slugging versus fastball. That second time through, the batting average jumps up to 375, even in the 5th inning. He's allowed 12 earned runs and 5 home runs in the 5th inning.
Ground ball base hit on the first pitch of the night. Nolan Shonowell is on. It's the first time through the order where Cecconi is typically successful before it falls apart. The second time around and into the middle innings. But right now, it's the first batter of the game with the base hit.
He runs that fastball. It's a flat fastball over the middle part of the plate. And Shonowell did a nice job of bringing the bat through that baseball and get it through the hole between first and second.
Well, the leadoff man is on. 1 pitch in for the Angels today, and the batter is Luis Rengifo. Switch hitter batting left-handed as Rengifo takes ball 1 from Cecconi, who is from Miami. Went to the University of Miami, actually from Oviedo, Florida originally, before going to the University of Miami. And drafted by the Diamondbacks in 2020. And one thing about Cecconi, his numbers in college, in the minor leagues, nothing really stands out and screams that this guy was going to make it all the way through, and especially as quickly as he has. He's only 24 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he's got pretty good velocity on his fastball, but a lot of his fastballs out over the plate. It'd be nice to see the Angels get off to an early lead. You know, the Diamondbacks are the
Diamond games and scored first. Again, these guys getting already there, and that's the first out of the game.
And the defense behind him today, right on cue, is Christian Walker over at first base. He's a 2-time Gold Glove winner already. 5 defensive runs saved, Marte at second. But I watched him today earlier, and he was working. It's back-to-back days. He is out way early working on his defense, and he's a pretty intense first baseman, and he's got a lot of athletic ability to cover some ground at first. Moreno is a special catcher behind the plate too. McCarthy, Carroll, Gurriel Jr. out in the outfield for the Diamondbacks.
Walker and Moreno Gold Glove winners last year. Walker won the year before as well. There's a line drive base hit from Kevin Pillar as it rolls to the left field corner. Renifo's on his horse heading for third base. He is being waved home by Eric Young Sr. and the relay throw off the glove of Perdomo. So the Angels do score first. It's an RBI double from, of course, Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, right on cue. Talking about his extra base hits since May 1st. Talked about him in the opening, that little breaking ball that stayed over the heart of the plate. And what a swing there for Pillar. Again, another double, another extra base hit, and another RBI. 28 RBIs now on the season, 24 since May 1st.
RBI double in the game yesterday as well for Pillar. He has driven in 24 runs in 27 games now in an Angels uniform. And so the Angels do score first. We mentioned the Diamondbacks have been one of the worst teams in baseball this year at winning games when the opponent scores first. They've gone 4-19 in those games. Willie Calhoun taking ball 2 with the Angels off to an early start here. A 1-0 lead in Arizona. There's a strike from Cecconi as his fastball has been hit hard so far this year. His off-speed stuff has actually been good for the most part. And his fastball has been hit to the tune of 302 entering today's play.
You know, all the other secondary pitches all under 200.
Calhoun out in front of a secondary pitch, a changeup that's popped up, and Perdomo makes the catch in shallow center field. So 2 outs, and Pilar still at second base.
Well, Pilar did hit a secondary pitch himself for that RBI double.
The Angels getting out to an early lead. Here's Matt Thaiss doing the catching today. Logan O'Hoppe says he's good to go and was actually disappointed to not be in the lineup today. Ron Washington wanted to give both O'Hoppe and Taylor Ward just an extra day after getting bruised up a bit yesterday in O'Hoppe's case. Nice catch by a fan.
Brought a glove, make a play.
O'Hoppe says he could have played today, and Taylor Ward feels the same way, although Ward not in there either. As Ron Washington just wanted to be cautious with both.
And Ron Washington always appreciates some good defense, and this is some good defense by a fan in the stands with the glove.
It's perfectly done by that fan who made that catch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Thaiss.
And outstanding camera work too, be able to get that baseball. That's a good view of the fan making the play.
You get the cameras in shape to catch the fans catching the ball. Very important.
You need a little wave.
If you're a cameraman that gets on television, I mean, it's customary to wave.
Yeah. We said hi. Thaiss now, this will be the 5th time he has caught Soriano when he started a game. So these two have worked pretty well together, Thaiss and Soriano.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Thaiss. And Cecconi misses there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cecconi was a first-round pick, 33rd overall in the 2020 draft, which, if you remember, was only 5 rounds. In his major league debut last year, got into a couple of playoff games in the NLCS as a reliever. He's been starting for most of this year. He's given up some home runs. He's allowed 10 homers in 41 innings this year. 9 have come in his last 6 starts.
5 versus righties, 5 versus lefties.
Thaiss has power and fouls one off. With Thaiss hit a ball yesterday that would have been a home run in most major league stadiums. But not this one, as he doubled toward the wall in deep right center field. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Thaiss. And Cecconi thought that was good enough, but home plate umpire Brian Walsh did not agree. 3-2. Brian Walsh, a young umpire, one of those taxi umpires that goes back and forth between AAA and the major leagues. Actually, hear a lot of good things about the younger umpires that have been coming up over the last few years. As Thaiss stays alive.
Good battle here for Thaiss too. Yeah, that pitch before was a little bit off the plate. You mentioned that, Wayne, about the younger umpires. When you look and you grade them, see how they are consistent calling balls and strikes. They're pretty good.
As things have changed and modernized, these younger umpires have been the ones that have gone through it at the minor league level. It makes sense. 3-2. As Thaiss again fouls one off.
Just looking for something maybe to drift on the inner half of the plate.
The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thaiss continues to battle with 2 outs. Angels are on the board here in the first. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Cecconi ends up defeating Thaiss, but the Angels.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word. Soda! Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
There's an easier way. From painting and cleaning to repairs and more. Taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Well, I track my subscriptions in spreadsheets, and I always get it right.
We'll see about that. I just downloaded Rock'em on your phone, and it looks like you're paying for your ex's meal delivery kit.
What? There goes $400.
Maybe not, because when you cancel through the app, they'll even try to get you a refund. Download Rocket Money today.
1-0 lead to work with as he takes the mound at the bottom of the first.
Yeah, his stuff is electric. You just have to trust that and use that fastball to get some quick outs. And my go-tos for Soriano to have success like he's had on a lot on the road this year. Quick outs with that sinker. Work that down in the zone. Get ground ball after ground ball. Get whiffs. Secondary pitches. 41 strikeouts with his secondary pitches. In all three, at least 32% whiff percentage.
The Diamondbacks lined up much different tonight with a right-hander on the mound as opposed to the lefty yesterday. Corbin Carroll back in the leadoff spot. Jock Peterson gets the start as the designated hitter. Jake McCarthy in there as well for Arizona tonight against Soriano. Soriano's numbers home versus road have been largely in favor of his road appearances. As Corbin Carroll swings late at 100 to start the night.
The first pitch of the game at 100 miles an hour. That's getting loose. Well, it is warm outside.
Very warm.
It's
Easy to
somewhat
get loose
warm in here, too.
Outside of Paul Skeens, who just got called up in the last few weeks, Soriano's thrown a higher percentage of 100-mile-an-hour pitches than any other pitcher, starting pitcher in the major leagues.
And a lot of movement on those 100-mile-an-hour pitches, too, especially the sinkers compared to the four-seam fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike on Carroll, the leadoff batter and center fielder for the Diamondbacks tonight. As he slashes one to left center field at base hit. So things have been turning lately for Corbin Carroll. He was a homer away from the cycle yesterday, and he's reached base safely now in 13 straight.
And the defense behind Soriano as an infielder, you got to be really, really ready. Guillerme, when you look at it throughout his career, 6 defensive runs saved at second base. He's also already turned 5 double plays. We know how quick those hands are on the transfer. All those infielders, Rengifo, Neto, Seanwell, all will be busy. Pilar, Moniac, and Adell in the outfield. Thaiss behind the plate for Soriano.
Carroll, who stole 50 bases last year, taking ball 1 is Ketel Marte. He's looking to run just about as often as he gets to first base.
The last couple days you're seeing from Carroll, he's just putting the ball in play. There's not a ton of exit velocity, but he's making contact.
He's 11 steals on the year, and he's bouncing off at first as Marte hits a ground ball to second base. Guillerme quick to second for 1. Neto to first, 2, a double play.
The 7th double play turn behind Soriano this season. And a quick 2 outs, just like that. Guillerme turning a double play. How quick he is on the transfer. Some sink down there at 99. Quickly out of the hands. That is amazing how quick he is on the transfer. Giving Neto a chance to complete a 4-6-3 double play. Just highlight him on defense. Look what he does.
Well, that's what happens. The defense of Luis Guillerme has been appreciated certainly by his manager. As Jock Peterson looks at a strike over the outside corner. It's often been spoke of about how Guillerme is so quick with his hands and just brings a lot to the defense for the Angels. And starting a double play ball behind Soriano. Continues to get ground ball outs, and here's another toward Guillerme off the bat of Jock Peterson to end the first.
Big fan of the PXG fitting. The fitting process here is fantastic.
Everybody's really helpful with a lot of knowledge.
We're just going to make the head a little bit lighter. It's going to help you come through it and get square.
Really get your numbers in.
I got about 10 more yards. Dispersion was way less.
They tweaked that club so it fit me perfectly.
I'm going to move you to this shaft. It's a little bit heavier.
Overall, improve your game. This is the place to go to.
Awesome swing there.
PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do. Period.
Managing my credit card debt was overwhelming, and it just wasn't a good place to be. My name is Carter, and Upstart helped me get rid of that credit card debt with a personal loan. Checking my rate with Upstart was super quick, super easy. It took me a few minutes to get my pre-approval and to get my interest rate. I got my money the next day. To just have one due date a month and only paying one person made my life a lot easier. Super easy to the point that I referred my friends to come and get a loan with Upstart.
Easy online borrowing. Personal loans up to $50,000.
Go to Upstart.com.
My ED definitely made me feel broken. It would work, then it wouldn't work. Prior to HIMS, I was taking an as-needed dose, so we would have to plan. That takes the romance completely out of the relationship. HIMS was a fantastic find. The low dose daily has given room for spontaneity in our relationship, and that is golden for us as a couple. Get treatment for ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at HIMS.com.
Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code POSTER to claim your player's special and deposit off.
It's Hyundai key for the game today. Go with Stevie Nicks. Got to when you're in Arizona. Stand back. I mean, keep those hands back and do some damage here today at the plate. So stand back, see the baseball, especially fastballs here, and do some damage.
We'll see if Zack Neto can do just that against Slade Cecconi. Neto does drive one out toward left field. This is deep. Gurriel is after it near the wall. It's gone. Damage done from Zack Neto on the first pitch here in the second. It's a home run, his 8th of the year, and the Angels lead 2-0.
Well, I think he stand back that one out of the yard. Some power brings that hands in there. 8th home run. Magneto with a shot out. Halo is scoring some runs early. Up 2-0 against the Diamondbacks.
Logan O'Hoppe does the honors of the home run halo on Neto today. It's the 11th homer now allowed by Cecconi, his 10th in his last 30 innings. A strike on a curveball to Mickey Moniac. Normally it's from the 3rd inning on where things start to slide for Cecconi.
It's another home run versus a fastball now. That's a 7th home run versus a fastball this year.
He had allowed only 1 run total in the first 2 innings of games this year until today. Now he's given up 2 against the Angels. RBI double from Pilar in the first, and Zack Neto's homered on the first pitch here in the second. Job by Moniac to stay alive.
Runs that fastball up and in, and he's able to bring his hands in. He's got that foot down. That was quick. That's almost a Randall Grichuk-like swing on a pitch inside we saw last night. Great swing by Zack Neto.
So a 2-0 lead for the Angels as Moniac bounces one foul at home plate. Talked about Moniac earlier, getting some hits over the last few games and doing so in a way that looks a lot similar to how he did it last year.
Yeah, just staying through the baseball short. Not trying to lift the baseball, not as much of a launch angle, just get through the baseball, and eventually you'll be able to start lifting with some backspin.
Upstairs to Moniac from Cecconi. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's the first home run that Cecconi has allowed on the first pitch, although all 3 hits today have been on the first pitch against him.
And Shauna Wells to start the game. Pilar's double, Neto with a homer, and now Moniac strikes out. Second strikeout for the young right-hander of the Diamondbacks, who has been pressed into duty thanks to a lot of injuries in the Arizona starting rotation. They're without Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, and Eduardo Rodriguez right now.
Some serious arms missing.
3/5 of their rotation. Jordan Montgomery we saw yesterday. Brandon Pfaadt we'll see tomorrow. Those are the others that are part of the original starting 5 of the Diamondbacks. Ryan Nelson is Henry bullpen.
Adell fouls
one back and a good cut.
Wow, that was a good pitch to drive. He's been, you know, last couple of days here trying to get hot. 2 hits yesterday.
First multi-hit game in more than a month for Adell. Cecconi touches the outside corner there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Joe. Cecconi pronounces his last name much differently than his Italian grandparents do. Cecconi, just the correct way.
How did I know you would know that one?
And he strikes out Joe Adell. I don't know if he even deserves that strikeout based on the pronunciation being changed But maybe he wanted it to be alliterative, Slade Cecconi instead of Slade Cecconi. I don't know what his reason is, but I just want it on the record.
Well, I'm glad it's on the record now.
So 2 outs, 2 strikeouts after the home run by Neto, and here's Luis Guillorme. Guillorme had a busy first inning with some more of these lefties in the Diamondbacks order tonight. He should stay alert with Jose Soriano on the mound.
Already 3 outs on the ground in the first inning for Soriano. 14 last game out against San Diego.
13 in that game against the Rangers a few weeks ago, about a month ago now. So he's had a lot of ground ball outs start to pile up. 60% sparkling ground ball rate for Soriano. Guillorme lifts one, this one to center field as Corbin Carroll trots in, and that ends the inning. But Big Papa's hot in the desert. Zack Neto driving out the first pitch of the inning for his 8th home run, and the Angels have a 2-0 lead.
Want to elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game live and commercial free.
There it is, a 40-70 season.
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ball game when the action comes to you.
Game over!
MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show? There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Game 2 against the Diamondbacks. Ron Washington holding a very lengthy and pre-planned hitters meeting before the game today. Once again, another conversation about accountability with some of the young players, but also the veterans too. We're told that about 3-4 guys stood up. They put them in front of the board in the clubhouse this afternoon to have a conversation with the group. Wash didn't want to reveal what they were talking about, but he said it was tremendous. That's the word he used to describe it. 54 years he's in the game, one of the most moving times he's had with these guys because of what they discussed, because of the guys that were part of the discussion. They stood up like grown men, handled their business. He said he was very proud of the way that conversation went. Let's see if it plays out in the game today, guys.
Yeah, I think it's just making good decisions during the course of the game. Sometimes the game gets quick, especially with a lot of younger guys on your roster. Sometimes that game gets quick. Now I'll be able to slow it down and everyone having those conversations how to get better. That's your best chance of getting an improvement with the team.
Ron Washington talked earlier today as well about growing into the instincts that it takes to make good decisions on the baseball field. Something we've certainly seen the Angels struggle with at times this year. It's Christian Walker leading off here in the second. He was able to hold his swing, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Walker, but it's a young team. It's a growing team. You know, frankly, we haven't talked a lot about the standings because the Angels are in a position right now where they're not thinking too much about where they are in the standings. They're thinking about having the players that are on this roster get better. And as Wash puts it, learn how to win. Here's a long fly ball from Walker to the left field corner. Pilar ranging a long way, and he makes the catch in fair territory. He was over toward left center, moving to the left field line to retire Walker.
That looked like a punt in the NFL. Some serious hang time on that one, and Pilar able to run that one down all the way towards the line.
Did he call for a fair catch?
I think he did. Look how far he had to go. Because I got it.
Talked a lot yesterday about the spacious outfield here at Chase Field, much longer and larger than most major league outfields, and that came into play with Pilar having to go to a spot where left fielders don't have to roam very far. I mean, look how much distance he had to cover there as a left fielder.
Yeah, and he went 6.1 seconds of hang time in the air. That was a pretty good punt.
Very good. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. takes ball 2 from Jose Soriano. With the education and the mentorship and the guidance, it all continues here and will likely continue throughout the duration of this season for the Angels coaching staff. Chopped down the line. It's Renifo in fair ground with a long throw across coast to coast to retire Gurriel. 2 up, 2 down.
And Soriano could change speeds really well. Let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The separation of the speed on some of his pitches between his sinker and four-seamer, 98.9, 97.7. Splitter, amazing at 93, but then you look at his knuckle curve at 86. Pretty good separation, 20-plus miles per hour. Slider still a firm one there at 91 also.
And 2 outs here is Jake McCarthy taking a strike.
And going back to your conversation about things to learn, and you know, when you think about Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon, 2 really good base runners, not here right now. It's for the younger guys to watch how to run the bases or when to pick the time to steal a base. You know, Anthony Rendon is never going to be a 40 stolen base guy, but you ask people prior to some of these injuries, he was one of the best base runners, especially when he was with the Nationals. So not having those mentors around right now, there's still a work in progress. So you hear that from the coaches, but eventually you'll get those guys back in there and it's going to help them out.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike on McCarthy playing in right field for the Diamondbacks tonight. This is where the Angels are right now, trying to tutor this young team. And Ron Washington spoke with great emotion about how that meeting went earlier. Bob Nightingale, a lot of national reporters here, by the way. Bob Nightingale's here and Ken Rosenthal's here. And Bob Nightingale tweeting that the Angels had an emotional meeting today. I hope everybody didn't get too nervous about what that meant. Everything's fine.
Yes.
They're just talking like grown men down there and getting on the same page as McCarthy rolls one over.
Another ground ball out.
Yorme to first. 1, 2, 3 inning.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper for me is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
He did it again! It is Bedlam at the bank!
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Conversation on intentional.
I had a turtle and looks dead at my feeling connected. It's like, yeah.
Talk.
Success swinging at the first pitch. Nolan Shawnoel singles on the first pitch he sees. Kevin Pillar doubles on the first pitch he sees and drives in a run. And Zack Neto, first pitch he sees, hits a home run. So it's all 3 hits on the first pitch against Cecconi.
Well, that would be how he should pronounce it, at least, as Nolan Shawnoel swings and misses. I'm glad you said that.
I had to pick you up there, Wayne.
Shawnoel had a first pitch base hit to start the game. The Angels put up a run in that first inning, and Another in the second. Out to a lightning quick lead here as they're up 2-0. Jose Soriano just breezing through the first 2 innings so far.
Yeah, 5 outs via ground ball for Soriano. Yeah, and when you look at his stuff, he can get strikeouts, but he's not a strikeout pitcher per se. He's a guy that's going to keep the ball down and get some soft contact on the ground.
Balls and 2 strikes on Nolan Shonowell. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shonowell followed by Rengifo and Pilar, top of the order. Second time around against Cecconi. This is where things usually become uneasy for this young right-hander. So far in his career, opponents have hit .378. And here's a drive out toward right center from Shonowell. McCarthy backing up. It's near the wall and it's off the wall. And Shonowell 2 for 2. He has a leadoff double here in the third.
He's working his way to that cycle watch already himself, single to double. We saw that for a couple batters for the Diamondbacks. Again, another fastball hit. Mentioned his slugging percent, 570 versus his fastball.
That went very near the pool out there in right center field. Shonowell drove it off the wall, and now we'll see Brent Strom come to the mound. The Diamondbacks pitching coach will chat with Cecconi. Meanwhile, it's our Kia player profile on Luis Rengifo, who has really used the entire field nicely.
I mean, his hands, and he's so strong in his approach. It's amazing the difference in percentage of hits. The opposite field this season is compared to, you go back to 21. Last year was an improvement. This season, 39%. That tells you he's staying on the baseball longer and not being overly aggressive out in front.
Last year he started drawing more walks. That was the beginning of the maturation of Luis Rengifo as an offensive player. And that is, he's gone above and beyond with that so far this year, batting over .300 as he has for most of the season. He reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the first. And whiffs on a curveball here in the third.
Well, this is one of those times you almost want him to pull the baseball at the very least. If he pulls the ball on the ground at the right side of the infield, you can advance Shonowell to third base.
Double next each Rengifo
and a changeup. Fastball.
Bouncing ball, that's fair down the third base line. It will score another run, or no, it won't. Shonowell will be held at third. For sure, as that ball was bounced down the third base line, Shonowell would come in, but Rengifo gets a base hit. He moves the runner over, and the Angels have men on the corners with nobody out.
By the way, right on cue, 39% opposite field hits. Well, make that another one down the line, opposite field. Talk about letting the baseball get deep in the zone. Soriano Jr. did a nice job of cutting that baseball off quickly.
Shonowell waited too to make sure that ball got through as it was hit right over the third base bag. So the Diamondbacks facing more trouble here in the third inning. The Angels already have the 2-0 lead, and Kevin Pilar, who drove in the first run, has a chance to make it 3. Ball 1 from Cecconi. Throw to first with a man on third. It was Walker who had to make sure he caught that ball as Rengifo dove back into first.
Does have 1 pickoff this year. Not easy to steal against. 3 stolen bases, 3 caught stealing.
There goes Rengifo. The pitch high is the throw to second base from Moreno's right into the sliding base runner for the out. So Rengifo caught stealing for just the 6th time. Well, Gabriel Moreno, we know how good he has been behind the plate since he got to the big leagues, but he really has a tremendous arm.
Yeah, he's thrown out in his career 36% of base stealers coming into this game, 30% this year. Right on the money as Rengifo sliding in head first. The throw, you're being taught that now as a catcher to throw at the runner. It used to be at the bag. Now it's at the runner going in.
Just a perfect throw from Moreno. So 1 out. Shonowell still at third. And Pilar still with an RBI chance as he takes a strike on the curveball. Right side. Makes the Moreno starts to disappear for the Angels. Willie Calhoun will try to save it.
And Cecconi got a big pitch there on Pilar, who's been so good, so dominant, getting that run home. Fastball in enough to jam Pilar. Pops it up to Walker.
Willie Calhoun looks at a strike on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Calhoun popped out to the shortstop his first time.
It's the dangers of going on a, it's first and third, no outs. You're kind of looking for a big inning. And with that caught stealing, it changed the entire inning for the Diamondbacks. And that's up to Willie Calhoun to make sure they get that run home.
Shonowell doubling to lead off, ending up at third on Rengifo's bouncing ball base hit. And after the caught stealing and the foul pop up, the Angels need this 2-out RBI from Calhoun. Well, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels have 5 hits already on Cecconi after having 11 yesterday. Calhoun late on that high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calhoun popped out to the shortstop his first time.
Somebody had a reaction to Cecconi there. He wasn't real pleased with that fastball that ran out over the plate.
Calhoun has had 8 RBIs. He's had more doubles than runs batted in. He's still at 10 doubles. And a good cut there on another fastball that Cecconi had a similar reaction to as the last one.
I just feel like he's going to try a changeup now. So very important is to stay back long enough here for Calhoun to make contact on it. Does have some room on that left side of the infield if it's away.
Perdomo's up the middle, but Alexander is shaded more toward third, leaving that side open a bit as Calhoun takes ball 3. Alexander can't stray too far because of the runner at third base. Well, 3-2 to Calhoun. It's a ground ball to the right side and off the glove of Marte. A base hit does score Shonowell, and the Angels get the 2-out RBI they were looking for. They lead 3-0.
Went back-to-back changeups, and he got that one through and by Marte. Not easy to do. One of the best defensive second basemen in the game. Stayed back on that one really well. Changeup upstairs. Gets it in the hole for an RBI single.
9th run batted in for Calhoun. 3 hits now in the inning against Cecconi. The Angels have scored in each of the first 3 innings to take this 3-0 lead. Now Matt Dice, the batter, with 2 outs. Looks at a strike that hit somewhere around the outside corner. Dice struck out his first time. Cecconi has fanned 3. He's given up 3 runs and he's had trouble in each inning.
Well, Reno Q that second time through has already given up 3 hits. Second time through a lineup.
And it's really remarkable to see the numbers. A .378 average second time through the order. The Diamondbacks don't have much of a choice right now but to stick with Cecconi as a starter. And you can see how much they missed the likes of Gallen and Kelly, 2 guys that really were anchors for them to go to the World Series last year, on top of Eduardo Rodriguez, who they thought would be a big boost to their rotation. Well, he hasn't been a boost at all. He hasn't pitched. 2-1. Nice takes a curve for strike 2, but when you start to get down to that 8, 9, 10 spots on the depth chart of your starting rotation, that's when most teams will have trouble.
Yeah, even looking like the Texas Rangers. We talked about them when we were down there in Texas. They had, what, all 5 guys in the rotation now. They're getting a few of them back now, but still, it's tough to be consistent.
It is. When it's hard to plan for having 10, 12, 15 starting pitchers in a year. There are only so many guys who can handle this at the major league level, spread out over 30 teams as it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Theis. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Angels are done here in the 3rd, but they get another run. A 2-out run batted in for Willie Calhoun. The Angels have broke out the bats early.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team. As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Fantastic.
Christmas in June is back. The Big A. The Angels face the Tigers on Friday, June 28th. The first 25,000 fans in attendance will receive those Christmas slippers courtesy of Bally Sports. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info on Christmas in June. Your feet look like they'll be tucked right into there.
I might have to slip them on for you tomorrow before the game. Wayne?
That would be wonderful. They enjoy that in this desert weather here.
It's perfect.
Comfortable pair of slippers.
Yes.
Sounds like just what I need. Gabriel Moreno leads off here in the 3rd inning. And has to bend out of the way from that knuckle curve that slipped out of the hand of Jose Soriano, who's retired each of the last 5 hitters, 4 of them on the ground, including Ketel Marte to hit into a double play in the 1st inning.
Well, that's a great quick adjustment on a knuckle curve.
Soriano's right. He can be efficient. He can work quickly through a lineup. And just 19 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. 2 balls and a strike on Moreno. And a good year offensively last year. It has not carried over this season. You see where Soriano ranks in ground ball percentage entering today. The pitch there on a slider, and it's 2-2.
Slider at 94. It's a hard, tight slider.
There was one point last season, right around August, where the Diamondbacks really slumped, and it coincided with Moreno being out for a few weeks with a shoulder injury. Arizona went 5-14 in the games that he missed. And they were still able to rebound in time to the postseason, go all the way to the World Series. As Moreno takes ball 3, and he had a huge playoff. He had 4 home runs. He had 12 RBIs in 17 playoff games.
Catcher, and especially a young catcher like that.
Soriano lost him, and it's ball 4.
Felt like he tried to muscle up on back-to-back sliders after the one before was solid at 94. Just tried to make a perfect pitch. Didn't have to.
So So Arizona has their leadoff man on. And here's Blaze Alexander playing third base tonight. We saw Alexander as the DH yesterday. He had played some shortstop while Geraldo Perdomo was out. He bunts, he misses, and Theis thought about a throw to first, but no need. No balls, one strike on Alexander. Alexander kind of split some time at shortstop with Kevin Newman while Perdomo was out. Swings and misses on that power sinker.
98 with movement.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Right back there for the punch out first tonight for Soriano.
Not easy to get a strikeout on a fastball when it's at that part of the zone, but when you have movement like that, you can get a swing and miss.
Almost changeup like movement on a 99-mile-an-hour pitch. I'd say that he reminds me of this guy completely, but at least with that power sinker, the way that it comes off the hand, the way that it sinks with such movement. See a little bit of Carlos Zambrano in the way that
pitch. Well, Kevin Brown had that power sinker to it.
Strike on Geraldo. Well, gets set for the double play.
The hardest double play to turn, the 3-6-1 variety. 2 double plays turned. And Soriano tonight.
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network. Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it. Throws a no-hitter.
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game. Long.
How fun is it?
Only on MLB.
Play, everything perfect here. Soriano gets into that infield area to be able to make a good throw. Zack Neto, clear path to there because he went inside in the infield grass area, and then perfect feed to Zack Neto, who he leads Soriano at first base. And the thing that's perfect about that too is Soriano got to the bag first and then stretched as if he's a first baseman. Sometimes you see pitchers get over there quickly and stretch too far and unable to make the play, but he did everything right there. Textbook all the way from Soriano to Neto to Soriano to complete a 3-6-1 double play.
And the Angels accomplishing that. 2 double plays in 3 innings for Jose Soriano, and a 3-0 lead thanks in part to Zack Neto's home run, which came in the 2nd inning. And now a fly ball foul. He was trying to crack another one on that hanging breaking ball.
Yeah, that stayed on the inner half, almost the same spot. The other one was a fastball, though. It was just slightly out in front.
Neto has 8 home runs now on the year. Waves and misses on the slider. He's roughly at a 20 homer pace right now for the season. When you look up at the end of this year and you see a 20 in that home run column for Zack Neto, I mean, that's a pretty good power year for a shortstop who doesn't have tremendous size. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark. 9 homers in 84 games last year.
His hands are super quick.
He's played most games so far this year as well. This is the Angels' 67th game. Neto's played in all but 2 of them.
So many great young shortstops in the game. A lot of great ones in the American League. And Zack Neto, see how much he has improved defensively, but those power numbers, like you mentioned, Wayne, are starting to pick up too.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's 2-2. We've seen them all already, or at least most of them. Gunnar Henderson from Baltimore. We've seen from the Yankees Anthony Volpe, who's having a very good second year. And of course, Bobby Witt Jr. from
some talent.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Neto. And Moniac and then Adell follow here in the 4th. Bouncing ball hit foul. Keeps the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bo Bichette kind of not really thought of in that young group. He's a little bit older, but he's not that old.
No.
Toronto shortstop. 3-2. Neto drives one to left, a base hit. 2 well-struck balls to start the night for Neto. He's 2 for 2.
It's an all-around great at bat. He got that slider. It was out, down, but over the plate.
Slade Cecconi, who has to rely on getting pitches that are within the strike zone to be turned into outs, because he is not a guy that's gotten many swings and misses or many chases out of the zone.
And it's tough that way to keep your ERA down, because there's going to be some contact made, especially when the guys are in scoring position.
Here's Moniac, who struck out his first time. And there's a liner toward right. That's a base hit. Neto's on the move toward third base as McCarthy cuts it off. It's another hit for Mickey Moniac, and the Angels have runners on the corners with nobody out.
You had a chance to talk to Urca today about his approach at the plate, how he's more level with his swing. You can see right there, shorter, more direct to the baseball, keeping it on the line, and that was another good swing by Moniac.
So the Angels have hit Cecconi all over the yard so far. 3 runs, 8 hits in 3+ innings against him, and now a chance to bust it open a bit here as Joe Adell bats. Angels have scored 1 singular run in each inning to this point. Diamondbacks bring their infield in as Adell lifts a fly ball. This one is tailing to the right, and it's out of play. Arizona getting their bullpen up.
It's a good sign for the Angels and their offense to be able to get that.
Scott McGovern for Cecconi deep in games for most of his outings. Gone 6 a couple times, but hasn't done that since late April. Adell trying to lay off. Looks like he did. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time out for Cecconi, 4 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs. He's allowed 6 in a few of his outings. Including 1 at Dodger Stadium May 20th. And there's a drive out to left. Joe Adell has left the building. A long 3-run homer has made it 6-0 Halos here in the 4th.
That is a majestic home run by Joe Adell. Exit velocity of 108.1, going 434 feet. Gurriel Jr. thought about making 1 step. He says, nah, I'm just going to look and see how far that went in left field. That's the pitch. After going up the middle lately, gets one he can turn on, and boy, did he turn on it.
434 feet. That's up in the spot about halfway up those bleachers in left field, where the likes of Justin Upton and Paul Goldschmidt and others have hit them for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was just a titanic blast. Adell has retied Taylor Ward for the team lead at homers. And the Angels, well, all the emotion they shared with each other earlier today is poured out onto the field.
And it's taken out on the baseball.
6 runs on 9 hits against Cecconi.
Some serious power.
Still nobody out here in the 4th inning.
Little spin and break ball drifts towards the inner part of the plate, and that swing for Adell showing that power. He's getting that foot down, and he's got that launch angle to crush that one out. Thought about a courtesy look. That thing is so far out.
No balls, 2 strikes. Guillorme takes ball 1. Two balls, 2 strikes on Guillorme. A run in each inning, 3 in this one. The Angels have knocked around Slade, Cecconi so far tonight. Not much longer for this game as the Diamondbacks bullpen is up. Guillorme spoiling pitches here, keeps the count 2-2.
Quite a few pitches thrown already too. 74.
Ground ball fair down the right field line. A base hit for Guillorme. This one rolls all the way into the corner. McCarthy plays it back in as Guillorme ends up at second base. Another extra base hit, 5 already, and it's a double for Guillorme.
That might be it now. Right down the line, keeps it fair. Another extra base hit for the Halos tonight.
How about the second time through the order? 7 for 9 against Cecconi.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper for me is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
He did it again! It is Bedlam at the bank!
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Cecconi, second time through the order, has been tough for him, but today a real nightmare. Against the 9 batters he faced, 7 had hits. Joe Adell, 3-run homer.
And that's something you keep thinking about. We're going to ask you, why is that? Why are you tonight? been
Arizona bullpen, Scott McGough had his own. He's had trouble this year. His ERA above 6.5 as he delivers a strike to Shonowell, who had 2 hits off the starter Cecconi with a single in the first, a double and a run scored in the third. In the 4th inning now, the Angels are putting a hurting on the Diamondbacks to this point. Home Depot is getting it done. The Angels 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position so far tonight, and it's sort of a trend here over the last few weeks, really, where the Angels have been able to put together better at bats in these moments.
And just, trust in their hands, using the big part of the field, going the other way, and when there's a mistake made, then you turn on it.
On Shonowell is 2 strikes. As he goes on to move out here.
Adell, long way. A long
absolute smash. We've seen him get a few hits now in this series after Wood really had been struggling for the better part of a month, but Adell getting his first home run in his last 10 games. 7 in the 20 games that had happened before that. See if he can get hot again. Base for the Angels as the book.
Another didn't try to pull that. He's out over the plate, lines it left center field for an RBI hit. 2 hits tonight for Rengifo. 11 hits already for the Halos. 4th inning here.
Now Kevin Pillar, who has one of those hits, will be the batter. So far, Matt Thaiss is the only Angel without a hit. 8 of the 9 in the lineup have had hits in a game that has only reached the 4th inning. 10 of them off the starters, 7 runs charged to him. All of them earned as the Angels in this one. First as Rengifo dives back. Already 3 Angels with multi-hit games: Shonowell, Rengifo, and Neto.
Pretty good splitter. He's thrown a few of them so far. There's a 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, a slider, changeup, and a splitter.
So loop toward the right field line and foul out of play. Scott McGough was part of the 2010 USA Baseball Collegiate National Team. He was actually on that team with Tyler Anderson. He won a silver medal. The World University Baseball Championships that year. A 1-2 count on Pillar. Pops this one up toward the left side. Perdomo takes over. The shortstop on the outfield grass has it for the second out.
We're looking to balance in the lineup here today for the Halos from the top of the order to the bottom of the order.
2 down. Calhoun has a base hit. The Angels 1 through 4 hitters have put together a total of 6 hits. At the bottom of the order, 6 through 9, they've had 5. And there's another for Calhoun as he rolls it by Marte for a second time. And hits keep coming, and Matt Thaiss will be the 9th batter of this inning.
Another first pitch hit. Fastball in the inner half. Getting that high.
Get on the board. hit so far. That game, 7 runs, 12 hits. 4 Angels have multi-hit games already. It's nice, comes up empty there. At bat, and that's a 7 high.
4th inning.
Count 1 ball, 1 strike. McGough made his major league debut with the Marlins in 2015 and then didn't come back to the majors until last year. Spent a lot of time playing in Japan for a number of seasons. Largely did a nice job out of the Diamondbacks bullpen last season. That's kind of what we mean about going from the World Series one year to having it right back in the regular season again not too long after it, and how it's a struggle sometimes for pitchers to bounce back.
Yeah, because you're not used to throwing baseballs competitively in the month of October, even get close to November.
2 balls and a strike on Theis. Are there any issues for you in going into 86?
No, you know, because you were so used to always going in and throwing a lot of pitches. You got a lot of innings even in spring training. Even go back to '88 when I threw 270 innings in the season. I went over to Japan that year, spring training in a bunch of games. So you just build your again. I go back to the lower half of your body. If that's
ball 4 away and everything. 3-2.
It's a high strike zone. Give him a chance to swing the bat here now.
Renifo at second base, Calhoun at first. And that is ball.
He got that one.
Yeah, pretty good pitch. Theis is on base for the first time.
The one before, not a strike. That one on the right on the corner, he probably gets it. Over framing sometimes you'll see from catchers it can cost the pitcher a strike.
Zack Neto led off this inning with a base hit. He's already got a homer as well tonight. Swings and misses here against McGough. 10th batter of the inning. We talked about the younger umpires. You know, there's a reputation that the older umpires had, that if you kind of flipped your bat and made the umpire get shown up on a call that you thought was ball 4, they would almost automatically ring you up on the next pitch.
Yeah, you had to swing if the ball was even thrown in the dugout.
But here Theis got one back. Well, it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Neto. McGough has thrown 18. Cecconi here. Up a couple more hits. With number 12 his career with the bases. Already having a strong night at the plate himself. It's been contagious for the Angels here this evening. I know it's a chopper right to the second base bag as Marte steps on it to end the inning. But the Angels keep going. 4 more in the 4th and 3 off the loud bat of Joe Adell. A crushing 3-run homer. The Angels lead 7-0.
My ED definitely made me feel broken. It would work, then it wouldn't work.
Prior to HIMS, I was taking an as-needed dose, so we would have to plan. That takes the romance completely out of the relationship. HIMS was a fantastic find. The low dose daily has given room for spontaneity in our relationship, and that is golden for us as a couple.
Get treatment for ED with doctor-trusted medication.
ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Try free at FuboTV.com.
The salty air, the golden light, reflections of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Luxury meets performance. Peter Millar.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
The Angels have beefed up their lead, flying around the bases. Jose Soriano has rolled a lot of ground balls in the first few innings.
Yeah, some good movement on pitches downstairs.
Does it ease the pressure at all for a pitcher when you get a big lead early like this?
Obviously you could be a little more aggressive, but your mindset should always be to score still 0-0, because you don't want to change what got you to this point through the first 3 innings. You don't want to start throwing pitches just to throw it down the middle of the plate. You want to stay in that attack mode. So just tell yourself it's 0-0, but be aggressive in the zone and just trust movement and trust your defense.
Corbin Carroll leading off here in the 4th inning, and there's another bouncing ball. This one might be a tougher play. Shot well flipped to Soriano, and Carroll's out.
It's another ground ball out for Soriano. He has been a ground ball machine. He's gotten 2 double plays turned on ground balls. That's heavy sink. Been outstanding so far, keeping that ball in the lower third with all his pitches. Ground ball after ground ball. It's amazing how many he's got on the sinker and 1 on a splitter.
1 out. Ketel Marte takes a strike. Ground ball outs, 14 of them in the last start against the Padres, 8 already tonight against the Diamondbacks. Gave up just 1 earned run in that last start, 6 innings against San Diego. Marte out in front, and it's 0-2.
How about that 93-mile-an-hour splitter? Wow.
This guy has tremendous stuff. He really does. Marte calls time of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Soriano has been so impressive here in the early part of the season. Not as early anymore, kind of approaching the halfway point. This is really the middle of the year now. Game 67 for the Angels. 2.5 weeks will be halfway. One ball, 2 strikes. Marte bounces 1 foul, but this first half has really been a breakout emergence for Jose Soriano.
Yes. His first full taste of being a starting pitcher. His routine in between starts, workouts to
Soriano through a full season. He did have the surgery. His back as a reliever. So the innings start to be something the Angels think about, I would imagine, at some point later on. There's a base hit for Ketel Marte, first one for the Diamondbacks since Carroll led off the first inning with a single. So Arizona's got a man on. We'll see if Soriano can roll another double play ball as we roll into a Hyundai.
With features you won't find on CR-V, RAV4, or Forester, only a Tucson compares to a Tucson.
2 of the 3 innings Soriano has completed. He's gotten a double play ball. Jock Peterson bounced out his first time. Does not run very well. Not a guy who hits a lot of ground balls typically.
He's put together a pretty solid season as a Diamondback. Batting average even up there. Usually you always think of him in the power numbers and the lower batting average. 18 extra base hits. And a 286 batting average coming into the game.
He certainly hung around. Is 32 years old. I think 15 homers for the Giants last year. He was really quite good for San Francisco in 2022. He had hit 23 homers that year, drove in 70. He made the All-Star team for a second time. So he's happy to be in San Francisco. He's from Northern California, grew up a huge Giants fan. He was already drafted by the Dodgers when the Giants won their first World Series in San Francisco back in 2010. A Dodger Giants championship parade. Bounced right to Shotwell. He tags first base, throw to second. Marte didn't realize that Shotwell had stepped on first, so he runs into an out. And that's another double play for Soriano, his third of the game.
He is a doubles plays machine tonight.
With everything you have on your plate, earning your degree online seems impossible. But at Grand Canyon University, we specialize in helping you fit a master's degree in business into your busy day. Your graduation team, led by your own GCU counselor, provides you with the personal support you need to succeed. Achieve your goals with a plan and team behind you. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
They said optical shops weren't very inviting, so we, Warby Parker, created ones that were. They said prescription eyewear was too expensive, so we offered more affordable glasses, contacts, and eye exams. They said opticians weren't always friendly, so we hired only the friendliest and the most knowledgeable. And finally, they said the whole experience was just kind of unpleasant, so we set out to change that too. Visit a Warby Parker store and see for yourself.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Show with no hidden fees.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Greenlight is way better than how I got paid for chores. Mowing all those lawns really paid off. That was not radical.
Bring your family into the financial future.
Mother's Day, treat dad like an all-star with the Ultimate Angels Stadium experience. Enjoy hitting in the stadium batting cages. Take a behind-the-scenes stadium tour, play catch in the outfield, and more. Visit angels.com/dadsday to get your tickets today. Mickey Moniac leads off the fifth inning. It has been all Angels tonight. 7-0 on the Diamondbacks. They've scored in every inning. Knocking Slade Cecconi out in the fourth. Moniac had a base hit in the fourth inning and scored on Joe Adell's long 3-run homer.
It's really good to start seeing Moniac just having that good consistent contact.
On a 4-game hitting streak now as he takes ball 3 from Scott McGuff. Diamondbacks are going to have to figure out which pitchers to use here to get to the finish line tonight. McGuff replacing Cecconi in the fourth. He's already thrown 22 pitches. There's a strike to Moniac. McGuff doesn't have a lot of big league experience after his time in Japan. He's 34 years old. A lot of home runs last year, allowed 14 in 70 innings. He got some saves early on in the year, though. A lot of strikeouts, 86 in 70 innings of work. Has not been finding it quite as easy to strike batters out this year.
He gets dealing with his splitter.
Missed that one for ball 4. So Moniac is on. The Angels keep the pressure on as Joe Adell will be the batter with Moniac aboard.
This is his 8th walk he's picked up this season for Moniac.
He walked 9 times all of last year, so that has been an improvement for Moniac. Adell with his 12th home run, trying to keep that average off the interstate as he got into the 200s after that home run his last time up, and that 3-run homer along with Neto's earlier, part of the annual home run challenge underway through Father's Day to support prostate cancer research. So far, nearly $1.4 million has been raised for prostate cancer research. You can donate at pcf.org/home run challenge.
I just think you should get a few more dollars as far as that baseball went.
Yeah, should be per foot. Adell's 434 feet. No doubter his last time up. Moreno showing off that arm again, throwing behind Moniac at first base, but Moniac able to dive back in. One is called a strike. It may have been underneath the zone, but Adell goes down looking.
Yeah, splitter here. Below the strike zone, called the strike though.
So one out here in the 5th, and Luis Guillorme bats, doubling a run scored for Guillorme's last time. Angels have had a handful of extra base hits, part of their 12-hit barrage early on. Getting the start at second base. We've seen Michael Stefanik back in there the last few days. Brandon Drury getting going at AAA Salt Lake, had his first rehab game last night, had a base hit.
It's good to hear that, because he was really starting to swing the bat well in batting practice. You knew he was ready to go on that rehab assignment.
Shouldn't be too long now for Drury unless something happens on the rehab assignment. Chase Silseth was out there for AAA Salt Lake yesterday. Started last night, gave up 6 runs, gave up a few homers in that game. So tough time for Silseth, but trying to get that straightened out before his return to the big leagues.
Bottom line is you want to see some consistent velocity, especially from that second and third time through a lineup for Silseth, and bouncing back and staying healthy.
Angels would like to have him back. Reed Detmer's now in the minor leagues, so that spot pretty open as far as the end of the rotation. So Jose Suarez and Carson Fulmer basically split the game yesterday. Guillorme fouled one off. Both had a tough time. Suarez allowed 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings. Fulmer gave up 2.
Those two are always smiling, always talking.
And a little bit of a teacher's pet with Wash.
Yes, all day long. Early too, during work before batting practice.
High bouncer as Walker looked to second, but has only played to first. As Guillorme is out for the second out of the inning. Here's Shonowell. Angels with a run in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 4 here in the 4th. See if Shonowell can keep the scoring streak alive with 2 outs. He's had 2 hits today. Angels have had 6 hits on the first pitch.
It's another swing on the first pitch.
Season high in the big leagues on first pitch hits in a game this season is 7. The Angels are right there. 2 AL West teams have done it, the Astros and the Rangers.
Anytime you have Corey Seager in the lineup, there's going to be a lot of first pitch swinging. The Angels have swung at the first pitch 14 times tonight already. Season high would be 18.
Shonowell got that ball off his foot.
Off the top of his foot.
Seager back in the lineup for Texas tonight, DHing as he makes his first appearance as a visitor at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers a 1-0 lead on a home run by Shohei Ohtani.
His 37th home run in the first inning in his career.
1 ball, 1 strike, 17 overall for Shohei on the season. As the National League leaders in home runs, Shohei is 1 off the lead. Teoscar Hernandez also has 17. Marcell Ozuna of the Braves has 18.
Well, the Braves are really struggling. They lost again today to Baltimore.
They're trying to come back in that game, but Baltimore able to win it late, scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Braves have just been unable to score. They have fallen all the way down to 35-30 now on the year. Still the #1 wild card in the National League, but if they keep slipping, we'll see how long that lasts. They've lost 5 in a row. 2 big injuries there, Acuna and Spencer Strider.
When you look at a balance in the lineup, I thought they were the deepest team in baseball last year. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it all, though.
Full count on Shotwell, and it's 3-2. Tapper to the left side, going to be a tough play. McGuff was able to backhand it, but could not do anything else. Infield hit. Shotwell has his 3rd hit of the game.
It's a wise decision, too. McGuff not to throw this baseball. Slip trying to get to it. At that point, just hold on to the baseball, no play at all anywhere. And sometimes it's not how hard you hit the baseball, it's where you hit the baseball.
Shotwell's done a little bit of everything today. He's doubled off the wall and now has a bouncing infield single.
A rocket actually in the box score.
Oh yes, it's the box score where the story is told, and it's told a good one for the Angels through the first half of this game tonight. 1 to Luis Rengifo. 13 hits. Shotwell has 3 of them. Rengifo has 2, including an RBI. Up and down the lineup, base runners all over for the Angels in this one.
Number of batters with multi-hit games. A lot of extra base hits.
Swing and a miss by Rengifo, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kevin Pillar would be next. Angels with runners in scoring position tonight have been able to get the job done pretty thoroughly, going 5 for 10. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks have not had a man get to scoring position tonight because keep hitting into double plays. 3 in the first 4 innings.
Already 10 outs via ground balls for Soriano in this game. 10. It's amazing.
He'll deal with his team out there for a while in the top halves of the innings. It's over here in the 5th as Rengifo strikes out. Soriano will go back to work.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Want to elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game live and commercial free.
There it is! A 40-70 season!
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ball game when the action comes to you.
Game over!
MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Play sense, the pitcher's best friend, the double play ball. That's one. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Make that now 2-3-6-1 double play. And then a 3-6 double play. Tagged by Neto. Outstanding. 3 double plays turned out, giving him 9 on the season behind Soriano.
Christian Walker leads off here in the bottom of the 5th, takes ball 1 from Soriano. 2 hits, he's walked a batter, but those double plays have erased any even potential threat against him, and he has thrown just 43 pitches through the first 4 innings. There's another bouncer, but this one hit in the right spot for Walker. As that one was able to get through. Leadoff man on for the Diamondbacks here in the 5th.
It's a quick infield. When you hit it pretty hard, it's going to get through there. That was one of the few where you talk about exit velocity off of Soriano tonight. That was nearly 104. That's how that got through, even though it was on the ground.
Arizona in another double play position as far as Soriano has worked so far tonight. Lourdes Gurriel grounded to third his first time. There's ball 1 to Gurriel. Soriano trying to win back-to-back starts for the first time. We need to get through this 5th inning to do so, and this might help. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
4 double plays off the bats of Diamondbacks in the first 5 innings tonight.
Boy, the late great Hall of Famer Ernie Harwell would say 2 for the price of 1. He's been able to say that 4 times tonight.
Sales galore. It's a fire sale. So 2 outs once again on 1 swing. They've all been of different varieties: a 4-6-3, a 3-6-1, a 3-6, and a 4-3 double play. Not only is Soriano getting all of these double play balls, they've all been different. Another bouncer. This one Zack Neto handles for the 3rd out. Jose Soriano's made it through 5 with a big lead.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it! Throws a no-hitter!
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game all season long.
Boom! And how fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network. Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
29th during Christmas in June. Winners receive a shirt, medal, and 2 ticket vouchers. Register now at angels.com/5K. There they go.
Is that quite a 5K race there?
Well, these guys could qualify. Between Diamondback legends racing around the field. Luis Gonzalez, Randy Johnson, Matt Williams, Mark Grace. Who won? Luis Gonzalez, I guess?
Yeah, he was thinking he did a good job.
Here's Kevin Pillar leading off the 6th inning as he looks at a strike.
Amazing thing, the Diamondbacks pitchers have thrown a lot of first pitch strikes. These 30 batters, 23 first pitch strikes.
That's how they've given up all these first pitch hits tonight. 6 of those from the Angels. Here's a bouncer to third. Alexander down to a knee to field that low throw, but Walker is so smooth at first, able to pick that out.
What, his hands are amazing at first base. That's a tough scoop.
So 1 out, and that will be the end of the night for McGuff.
Not on that throw, but a tough one hop, and he picked it easily.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
As we take a look at a knuckleballer, Eddie Fisher. The Angels faced a knuckleballer from the San Diego Padres last week, Matt Waldron. And we're talking about different knuckleballers. And someone said, what about Eddie Fisher? Pitched for the Angels in the late 60s and early 70s. Was largely a relief pitcher, made the All-Star team with the White Sox in 1965 and retired 3 Hall of Famers in the All-Star game. Henry Aaron, Roberto Clemente, and Ron Santo.
Oh, you went way back on that one.
Way back Wednesday.
Yes.
Learned the knuckleball from Hoyt Wilhelm. Pretty good guy to learn it from. Willie Calhoun leads off here against, at least leads off the night for Thiago Vieira, who's the new pitcher for Arizona. Vieira from Brazil as he deals out of the zone to Calhoun, who has 2 hits tonight.
Famous Eddie Fisher, right?
Well, there was another one.
Yeah, I thought so.
Ran through some of the Elizabeth Taylor marriages, and you might find Eddie Fisher, a different one. Vieira needs almost every night we see someone need a different pitch comb.
By the way, it's getting a little bit late in SoCal. I have to wish my granddaughters, Georgia and Hayden, happy birthday. They turned 2 today before they go to Sleepyland. I know they're watching the game. A little shout out for them.
Happy birthday to them. 2-year-old twins now.
Yep.
Gonna have to get your running shoes on here very soon.
Believe me, they're already laced up. They are everywhere.
Ball 3 to Calhoun, who has 2 hits and an RBI tonight. Angels have 13 hits in this game. Put up a lot of runs, all of them against the starter Cecconi. McGuff worked 2 in the 3rd innings and didn't give up any of his own runs. Tiago Vieira's gotten back to the big leagues this year with a few different teams, including Baltimore, where he pitched once, and Brewers, where he pitched 16 times. Now in his third game with Arizona. Well traveled as Calhoun lifts a fly ball toward the left field line. Long run, and it's caught by Gurriel.
Well, he had to cover some ground. Talking about a lot of ground.
So 2 outs, and Matt Thaiss will bat, as we'll find out what's on the menu at Jack in the Box.
All these munchies are under $4 each. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Thaiss still the only Angel without a base hit that has played today, as he takes ball one. He did walk in his last plate appearance. So all the Angels have reached base safely against Diamondbacks pitching. Jose Soriano has carved up Arizona's offense through 5 innings with the help of 4 double play balls. Soriano itching to go back out to continue on what's been a strong performance from him to this point. Trying to win back-to-back starts for the first time in his major league career as Thaiss looks at a strike.
It's like the fact he's not overthrown any pitches here today. Just trusting movement, getting those ground balls. Because when you have that kind of stuff, you have a tendency to say, listen, I'm going to challenge hitters. I'm going to try to rush it to 101, maybe even 102. He's been settling in at 98, 99 with some movement downstairs. And strikeouts, overrated.
Certainly seems in the case for Soriano tonight that they are. As Thaiss looks at a strike there over the far outside corner again. Soriano's had just 1 strikeout. He has dealt efficiently through this Arizona lineup tonight.
Good hack at that fastball.
Thaiss has got into a full count just about every time he comes up. Long at bat earlier against the starter Cecconi. He has struck out twice in this game, and he has walked. Now a 3-2 pitch again coming to Thaiss. He takes ball 4, so he walks for the second time.
It's one of those tough ones as a manager. You have some momentum going. You had a real good game yesterday. And the offense for the Angels right away scoring a bunch of runs. First 4 innings scoring runs.
Zack Neto hit that one very high, but somehow did not connect with the roof or the catwalks here at Chase Field.
Alexander threw his hands out. He didn't know where that went.
It's about as high as you could hit it here without making any contact with whatever's above. Roof closed here tonight with another very hot day in the desert.
But it was a dry heat, though, don't you think, Wayne?
Oh, very much so. Very low humidity here. Kind of just feels like you're in a microwave. Angels lost the opener last night. They still put up a pretty good offensive performance, even better tonight. As they try to even up this series of a game apiece. Final game will be here tomorrow. A 6:30 start as Griffin Canning will face Brandon Pfaadt here tomorrow. There's a drive out toward left center field. Carroll's going to chase after it, going all the way back near the wall. It is off the high wall as it bounces over Carroll's head on the way back in. And I think that's a home run.
Yeah, it was.
Neto has hit his 2nd homer tonight, and that ball was absolutely rocketed over the yellow line and straight away center field.
He's going big papa on that one. ×2. Talk about crushing a baseball. 425 for the distance. Looks like they're going to check that just to make sure it got out.
And it's impossible to tell.
Oh, it might have been just below that yellow line or right at the line.
I think it's under. Now where do you place the base runners if that's not a home run? Because it's not an automatic double in that case. It would be the judgment of the umpires. I mean, Neto was already on his way to third when Gurriel, the left fielder, had reached the baseball. And there was a legitimate chance there for an inside the park home run. And the umpires not signaled home run on the field.
It's just right below that yellow line.
Neto will not have his second home run here, but what will he have?
He still like I think a double. Although it looked like he was easily cruising into third.
I don't. That's not an automatic double. It is the discretion of, I guess, the replay officials in this case, where the base runner should be placed. I mean, they've got to let Theis score there, and they have to put Neto at third, I would think. Really not much justice if you don't.
Either way, we're going to be on that cycle watch for Neto. He's already got a homer, single, and it's at least a double or a triple.
If it's a triple, that certainly makes it a little bit easier to find your way to a double. Cycle watch twice yesterday between two Diamondbacks, Randall Grichuk and Corbin Carroll. Zack Neto just cranking that ball.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. The ball is in play. Runner scores. Batter runner second base.
So they put Neto at second. They do give the Angels the run. I think Ron Washington wants an explanation as to why.
How's he score and he doesn't go to third?
Yeah, I think that's what Ron Washington wants to know. Neto was almost already at third base by the time the left fielder Gurriel had approached the baseball. You see it bounce over Carroll's head. And it was Gurriel coming over, and by that point, look at Neto.
He's easily at third base. Easily at third base.
So Neto goes to second base. And I'll tell you this: if there was 1-0 right now instead of 8-0, the Angels would have a serious discussion on their hands here, especially with 2 outs. It's a lot different having a man at third base instead of second. Neto will take the double and the RBI. The Angels are enjoying a big lead here tonight. Fly ball from Moniac toward the left field line. Gurriel another long run after this one, but he gets there and foul ground to win the inning. Angels tack on one more to make it 8-zip.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team. As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Want to elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game live and commercial-free.
There it is! A 40-70 season!
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ballgame when the action comes to you. Game over! MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Angeles sports legend lost today, a gigantic one. Jerry West passing away at the age of 86. His imprint on the NBA is felt forever on the logo of the association. Now that the logo is so unique. The other sports leagues don't really have a singular player, and some baseball has that silhouette of a batter, but it just could be any batter. It is unmistakably Jerry West on the logo of the NBA. He is the logo, and at one point someone that they called the perfect basketball player, a Laker for life, and Jerry West will be missed.
Yeah, if you ever had a chance to meet him, you would be in awe. And you could tell everything was about winning every day. Just an amazing person.
He certainly did plenty of it as an executive, building those Showtime Laker teams and essentially drafting Kobe Bryant and signing Shaq in the same week. That's a pretty good week for an executive. Gabriel Moreno, the batter, as he takes ball 2 from Jose Soriano, pitching here in the 6th inning on a very low pitch count. Soriano needing just 49 pitches to get through the first 5, helped out by 4 double play balls. Moreno twists one toward the right field line, foul. The NBA logo was created by a Southern Californian, Alan Siegel. Went to Long Beach High School. Was asked by the NBA to create the logo, and he wanted it to be kind of a longer logo, and he wanted it to be a player that had a lot of grace, a lot of versatility on the basketball court. And he couldn't think of anybody better to pick than Jerry West.
This is a phenomenal player.
Fly ball to right, hit pretty well by Moreno, but Adell backing up to the warning track to make the catch, and a rare fly ball out tonight as there's one away in the 6th.
Part of that Laker team and won 33 games in a row.
Had a lot of duels with the Celtics. Lakers Celtics legendary finals in Jerry West's era. Blaze Alexander is the batter. Lakers won a title with Jerry West, but won many more. He was pulling the strings for that organization. Blaze Alexander at the plate as he swings through that Soriano sinker. He has been the only one that's had trouble even making contact with him.
The way that baseball moved, it almost looked like I thought it was for a second was a splitter, but it was at 99.
Alexander's been the only strikeout victim for Soriano so far in this game. He's lucky to get a piece of that to stay alive. Got a piece of Theis as well. Theis in a little better shape than Logan O'Hoppe was yesterday after a foul ball hit similarly. O'Hoppe was expected to be back in the lineup tomorrow to catch Griffin Canning in the last game of this series, and the Angels head to Northern California to face the Giants this weekend. So roller to the left side. Rengifo scooting over to make the play. It's another ground ball out. 2 up, 2 down.
So, I gave up a fly ball. I get back to my routine of a ground ball out.
The only issue I think in this inning now is can't get a double play. Last pitcher to induce 4 double plays in a game against the Diamondbacks was Lance Lynn. That was almost 10 years ago.
That in itself is pretty amazing. Lance Lynn, the guy who gives up a lot of fly balls.
It was in 2015, back in his first go around with the Cardinals. First Angels pitcher to do it since 2007, Kelvin Escobar.
He was the power sinker himself.
It's 0-2 on Perdomo. Was hit into one of those 4 double plays. Soriano's longest outing this year, 7 2/3 against the Texas Rangers.
Still really efficient pitch count too with all those ground balls and those double play balls.
At this pace, you could see the later innings here.
See, after all the innings pitched out of the bullpen yesterday.
And a massive lead on top of it. There's strike 3 called. He freezes Perdomo with the curve. Another quick inning for Jose Soriano.
elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game live and commercial-free.
There it is! A 40-70 season!
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ballgame when the action comes to you.
Game over!
MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
To 1997, Willie Mays throwing out the first pitch as interleague play was christened. Nolan Ryan as well. The San Francisco Giants playing the Texas Rangers in a historic game. The Giants won it 4-3. There was so much intrigue about 1997 and the advent of interleague play. So much a regular part of Major League Baseball now, more than ever after the schedule changed last year. But for these first 4 or 5 years, there were some heavy rivalries, and it was certainly something completely different, just adjusting the eyes to seeing these teams playing each other.
It feels like when you had those games early on that the National League had the advantage, especially in National League ballparks.
The American League was able to win a lot of their home games, having the DH naturally part of their roster. The National League teams always had to scramble to find someone to DH in those games. But since the Universal DH came into play, the National League has actually outplayed the American League head-to-head. Finally won an All-Star game again last year, the National League, and the Phillies were in the World Series 2 years ago against the Astros and lost. The Diamondbacks lost last year against the Rangers. The AL champion has gone on to win the World Series the last 2 years after Atlanta won in 2021. Well, it is pretty typical, and as we've discussed, who knows what the future of this league will hold when expansion comes again, and how that will change things as far as divisions and leagues. And at this point, there is really no difference between the National League and the American League. They're playing the same game at this point.
Yeah, ideally, we'd love to get those 32 teams.
3-2 on Adell. I mean, at one point, the American League had its own baseball, certainly had its own umpires, had its own rules with the DH.
Had its own strike zone, trust me.
3-2 on Adell, batting leadoff here in the 7th as he pops one up. Walker moves over into foul ground to make the catch. So 1 out, and we will step out for Kia. Here is Luis Guillorme, who has a double and a run scored. And Corey Seager playing his first game as a visitor at Dodger Stadium. Well, he was able to find the bleachers again. He had a 3-run homer in the 5th inning against Walker Buehler.
And they gave him a standing ovation yesterday when they announced it. I'm thinking they're giving him a standing ovation now, though.
Probably not. A little change in the Dodger lineup tonight because Kevin Biggio has joined that roster. He was DFA'd by Toronto and traded to the Dodgers, so he's playing third base tonight. Blue Jays have to figure out what life will look like for them when the trade deadline comes calling.
Yeah, because you hear Bo Bichette's name out there, Vlad Jr. also.
Well, it certainly hasn't worked. Toronto lost tonight. They're 2 games under 500. A little tougher in the American League right now than the National League to get into the postseason. As Guillorme takes ball 4, so he draws a 1-out walk. Between Baltimore having the first wild card, Kansas City the second, and Minnesota the third, all those teams are above 500 as Brent Strom comes out. Enjoy amazing moments. Buy your Halos from the comfort of a suite at the Big A. Entertain guests with all-inclusive packages. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites. Angels beat up on the Diamondbacks tonight, 8-0. Thanks to 14 hits. And on the other side, Jose Soriano has not given Arizona much to work with.
Always a lot of Angel fans here. Angels travel here to Arizona.
Well, 1 to Nolan Shotwell. We've seen a lot of Angels fans here over the first couple days of this series. Hope we see some in Northern California this weekend as well. Angels played the Giants for 3 games. 2-0 on Shotwell. Thiago Vieira has walked a couple since entering and finally finds the strike zone there to Shotwell, who has 3 hits in this game. Has a shot at his first career 4-hit game.
Same thing with Neto.
Neto has a chance at the cycle as well. It's a triple, but this ballpark has had more triples hit in it this year than any other, so a little bit more possibility here. At least higher possibility to hit a triple in this ballpark as opposed to some others. Two and 2 on Shotwell. That ball bouncing.
That was way out in front of the plate.
Moreno had no chance to block that wild pitch. The Mariners were trying to close out the White Sox today in a 1-0 game into the 9th inning. Bryce Miller worked 7. But in the 9th inning, Mike Baumann was trying to get the save and gave up. Pinch hit home run to Luis Robert to start the 9th inning. So the White Sox tied Seattle. It's 1-1 in the top of the 9th.
They walked it off on the White Sox in the 9th inning in first game of the series.
Cal Raleigh hit a grand slam. Might have a chance to do it again today as Shotwell strikes out. So 2 outs and Rengifo will be the batter. First pitch swinging and a bouncer to first base. Walker will play that to Vieira. It's time to stretch in Arizona as the Angels have an 8-0 lead.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots. But the steps that matter most are the ones you'll take in yours. With comfort for long days and style for big nights. Any place worth going to is worth going in good boots. So no matter where you're headed, don't go gently. Find your pair at Tecovas.com.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Try free at FuboTV.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
This is what you've been waiting American League Rookie of the Year. What a superstar rookie season he had. One of the best all-around players. You better be really good at what you do if you're going to be called Gunner.
Out of here! Gunner Henderson's season is in full effect.
Gunner Henderson's my shortstop. This dude, absolute animal.
Show him who you are, kid. Show him who you are.
Angels Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Spectrum. Get Spectrum Internet, mobile, and TV. Visit Spectrum.com for details. By Nissan, buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. And by California Community Colleges, enroll today at icangotocollege.com. Corbin Carroll leads off here in the 7th inning. As Jose Soriano is motored through the first 6, steals ball 1 to Carroll. 63rd pitch of the game for Soriano. He's averaged roughly 10 per inning.
Impressive.
Line drive left center as Moniac comes in and makes the running catch. 1 out here in the 7th. Well, Barry Enright has to be pleased with what he has seen from Jose Soriano tonight, and even more pleased maybe from what he got earlier today as we send it down to Erica Weston.
Yeah, cool moment for Barry Enright before the game today while the Angels were on the field during batting practice. Torey Lovello and the Diamondbacks presenting him with his National League Champions ring for the Arizona Diamondbacks, winning the NL pennant last year. Of course, he spent a long time in the Diamondbacks organization, assistant major league pitching coach and minor league pitching coordinator with the Diamondbacks since 2021. Full circle moment coming back here as the pitching coach for the Los Angeles Angels yesterday. But cool moment, nice gesture by the Diamondbacks.
That is really cool. That's something you'll cherish the rest of your life, Era, to get that opportunity, to get that ring. Big part of it.
Barry Enright now a full-time major league pitching coach, and he's done a really nice job with the Angels, essentially the only 2 organizations he's ever been associated with. There's a hard hit ground ball, but a ground ball out nonetheless. Shonowell flips to Soriano.
And that's the kind of moment right there where you're proud as a pitching coach with your pitcher on the mound, getting those ground balls, attacking the strike zone, being efficient, using your pitches, using your fastball. That makes you feel good as a pitching coach.
The efficiency has really been incredible from Soriano. 67 pitches in 6 2/3 innings. Here's Jock Peterson.
He almost has a Maddox working right now.
Yeah, would be in line for one if he keeps going at this pace. Maddox is a shutout in which the pitcher throws under 100 pitches. Soriano 7 outs to go here from a possible complete game. Angels only had 1 complete game last year, as we see Cole Tucker now in left field in place of Kevin Pillar. Taylor Ward left yesterday's game with some back tightness. Ward was available on the bench tonight, but only if the Angels really needed him. Probably not going to need him with the way this game has gone so far. There's a strike to Peterson, and it's 2-1. The Angels had 1 complete game last season. It was that great 1-hit performance from Shohei Ohtani against the Tigers in Detroit. Arizona's had 3 hits tonight, but they've all been erased on double play balls.
It's a big thrill for Cole Tucker. Born and raised out here in Arizona, family out here. Out in left field now.
Let's see if that was any reason for Pillar to come out, other than it's just,
hey, shocker, ground ball.
It ain't nothing game, but there it is for Jose Soriano. 7 brilliant innings.
My ED definitely made me feel broken. It would work, then it wouldn't work. Prior to Hims, I was taking an as-needed dose. So we would have to plan. That takes the romance completely out of the relationship. Hims was a fantastic find. The low dose daily has given room for spontaneity in our relationship, and that is golden for us as a couple. Get treatment for ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at hims.com.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word. Soda! Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
When it comes to tickets, pick TickPick. You're picking the best prices guaranteed, with no hidden fees ever. Pick from thousands of live events. No hidden fees, more savings. Download the TickPick app.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
Well, I track my subscriptions in spreadsheets, and I always get it right.
We'll see about that. I just downloaded Rock'em on your phone, and it looks like you're paying for your ex's meal delivery kit.
What? There goes $400.
Maybe not, because when you cancel through the app, they'll even try to get you a refund. Download Rocket Money today.
Experience Angels baseball at the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack for only $44 plus fees. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/funpack. Cole Tucker will be the batter here. As he came on for Kevin Pillar in the bottom of the 7th. Takes ball 1 to start the 8th inning against Tiago Vieira in his 3rd inning of work now. Angels scored 7 early in the first 4 innings. Joe Adell at a 3-run homer. Zack Neto has a chance for a cycle tonight. He's due a 4th here in the 8th inning. Either way, he will get 1 more at bat. Tucker with a fly ball, easy for Corbin Carroll. Tucker almost to second base by the time Carroll caught that ball.
Around. By the way, that was a 51-degree launch angle. That's why that baseball was hit that high.
So 1 out. Here's Calhoun, who has 2 hits. Angels have 14 on the night. Let's see if Theis can get 1. He's the only one without a hit, although he's gone on base twice himself.
The bottom line, he's been incredible behind the plate. That's his job tonight, behind the plate, working great with Soriano.
He has eased Jose Soriano through 7 innings. Soriano has faced the minimum through 7 innings. He's faced 21 hitters in a game where 4 men have gotten on base safely. You don't see that too much.
Just a couple punch outs too, to be able to have that kind of perfection working.
4 double play balls on behalf of Soriano tonight from the Angels infield, helping Soriano face 3 batters in each inning so far. That would be the case for Vieira here in the 8th as Gurriel makes the catch.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper for me is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
He did again! It is Bedlam at the bank!
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
safety shot, the world's first rapid alcohol reducer. Extend the night, enhance the morning by Jack in the Box. The Munchies have met their match. Try Jack's Munchies under $4 today. And by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga. Conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. This has been an outstanding performance from the Angels in all facets of their game tonight. 8 runs, 14 hits. And a beautifully pitched game from Jose Soriano. Takes the mound here in the 8th inning. Second time he's worked into the 8th this year. And one Angel has completed 8 innings. It was Tyler Anderson, but no Angel has recorded an out in the 9th inning this year, at least as a starting pitcher. Soriano could have a chance here if he has a quick 8th inning. Falls behind Walker, 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, the first pitch had some serious movement. Almost got a swing well off the inside corner at 98. So stuff is still there into the 8th inning.
Touted his 13 ground ball outs against Texas, 14 against San Diego. There's a drive out to left center field from Christian Walker. That should break the shutout. As Walker, it's an absolute rocket.
That was a sinker at 97 and he crushed that one.
So Arizona gets on the board.
That's how strong Walker is. That goes 451 feet, 112 off the bat.
Just a no doubter to the deepest part of this field.
That's how strong he is. He's got 25 extra base hits. And that's over to 413 side.
This will be the first inning where Soriano has to face more than 3 hitters. So deals ball 1 to Lourdes Gurriel. 8-1 now. Still a plenty comfortable lead for the Angels. Soriano's given up 4 hits, 2 of them to Walker.
It's his 6th home run he's allowed this season. He provided the power. And Walker hit it a long way.
That's a good breaking ball to Gurriel, and he gets ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes. McCarthy, then Moreno after Gurriel here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Check swing, strike 3.
That's a nasty slider. He hasn't thrown a lot of knuckle curves today. He hasn't really had to. He's had that fastball working so well, and his slider here good. It's a chase on that one. After a knuckle curve, 93-mile-an-hour slider.
1 out. The big story for Soriano, 16 ground ball outs, a new career high established. He's had 30 now in his last 2 starts. As Jake McCarthy fouls one off, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of those ground ball outs. McCarthy, a speedy, strong defender. He's hit a little bit this year in 278. Playing more without Alec Thomas in there as he swings through a splitter, and it's 0-2.
92-mile-an-hour splitter. Just 4 excellent out pitches for Soriano.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Soriano has gotten back-to-back strikeouts after the homer by Walker.
So he's got a strikeout on a slider and a knuckle curve, but it's really been the story of the ground ball all day long for Soriano. 16 outs via ground balls today. A lot of baseballs off the end of the bat, towards the handle of the bat. Not a lot of hard contact outside. Really, Walker was the only one.
Walker and Moreno are the only 2 Diamondbacks that have not made a ground ball out. Walker's 2 for 3. He's also flied out, as has Moreno, who has also walked in this game.
All of a sudden, after that home run, Soriano got a little bit upset. 2 punch outs, 1 on a slider, 1 on a knuckle curve.
Doubled his strikeout total for the night, now is 4. He's been living with the ground ball tonight, 7 2/3 innings. He has matched his longest outing of the year. Now he'll try to be just the 2nd Angels pitcher to complete 8 innings in a start. He's thrown 85 pitches. He has not gotten up to even 95 in an outing this year. 98 actually once. That was against the Mariners May 31st. That's the only time he's gone above 95. We'll see. It might take another quick out here to get him on the mound in the 9th inning. A comfortable lead. It's in play, and there's ball 4. A walk to Moreno. Thice goes to the mound as Soriano.
I think that might end up being it. Although this could be one of those pep talks.
Sure, Ron Washington would love to get him through this 8th inning.
Yeah, I think this is that time where he says, yeah, your stuff is great. I trust you. Go back to getting that sinker working.
Well, nobody's gotten up in the Angels bullpen yet. There really hasn't even been a thought in the Angels' minds because of how Soriano has dealt tonight.
Some movement now, and I think it looks like Matt Moore is going.
Just started throwing, and I would imagine Soriano would get a couple more batters here. If this inning continues, Corbin Carroll will come up eventually, and so will the Angels live postgame show presented by OC Navigator. And you and Erica doing the postgame show will have a lot to focus on tonight.
Yes, some offense and some dominant pitching. Soriano. Really good defense too in the infield. Some action.
4 double play balls have been turned. Not one needed here with 2 outs. As Blaze Alexander looks at a strike. Alexander grounded out his last time. Soriano showing some signs that he's starting to fatigue here in the 8th inning. Walker home run, then a couple of strikeouts. Now he's ahead 0-2 on Alexander after a walk.
It was an odd swing on that sinker. When you see a swing like that, either you go back to that hard slider or to sinker away.
Alexander's looked fooled most of the night. There's strike 3. Soriano ends up with 3 strikeouts in the 8th and 8 solid innings of a performance tonight from Jose Soriano.
Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it. Throws a no-hitter.
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game all season long.
Boom! How fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network. Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
The 4-hit game potentially hit for the cycle. Still don't know how that's not a triple, but that's another story.
Now, this is the only ballpark in which that was not a home run. That long center field on top of the high wall out there. It's tough to go deep to that part of Chase Field. And Christian Walker did it tonight off of Soriano. The only blemish for Jose Soriano, who has been just otherworldly in 8 innings tonight. Diamondbacks will ask Joe Mantiply to finish the top of the 9th inning here, as the Angels are looking to make this series even with a chance to win it tomorrow night. Here's Neto on cycle watch. A homer, a single, a double. He has 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He loops this ball to right field. McCarthy comes in to make the running catch.
We need him to dive there to get by him. That Jared Walsh, that's how he hit for the cycle, and a dive in center field for a triple.
It happens sometimes where you get the perfect hit you needed to finish it off, but Neto could not. One away here in the 9th. Antiply was an all-star a couple of years ago as a middle reliever, a setup man in those years. A strike to Mickey Moniac. The Angels did most of their scoring against the starter for the Diamondbacks. Slade Cecconi had a tough time. Moniac unable to make any contact on the breaking ball from Antiply. So 2 outs.
Tough arm angle too for a left-handed batter.
Here's Adell, 1 hit tonight, but it was a massive 3-run homer, 434 feet. Really capped the Angels offense tonight with that home run. 12 homers now, 30 RBIs, 9 steals. A showcase of Adell's talents. And pretty good right field now too.
A real good throwing arm.
It's all there. Just has not been done consistently. If he starts to make consistent contact, all of a sudden you're going to see even more home runs and RBIs from Adell.
Really always comes down to his ability to use the whole field. When he does that, he had 2 base hits up the middle yesterday. You're going to get those results as far as pulling a baseball and hit a long way like he did today before. 434 feet.
It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Adell here. The Angels bullpen is still up. Still Matt Moore throwing, so it's probably it for Soriano.
90 pitches he threw in 8 incredible innings.
No need to push him, although the complete game certainly for a starting pitcher, especially in this day and age. When you're that close, I'm sure Soriano wants to go back out there to try to get the last 3 outs.
Definitely. And always you think about that pitch he made to the Walker. I mean, every other pitch was outstanding.
Adell draws a walk, so this 9th inning will continue for Guillorme. '24 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by Build Submarines is now open. Vote for your favorite Angel daily at angels.com/vote. The pool area is packed out there in right center field.
You're trying to say, did Guillorme get in there? Hit one in there?
Yeah, he did it into a whole bunch of people out there. It was one of the coolest features. They were the first team to ever have something like that. Got a hot tub out there too. 1 ball, 1 strike on Guillorme.
Look, Guillorme is so good at second base. He's made a lot of plays defensively. Also mix in a double tonight.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Guillorme. Diamondbacks, when they beat the Dodgers here in the division series last year, got to go jump in that pool to celebrate their win. Kind of avenging when the Dodgers won the West here about 10 years ago, 2013, and jumped in the pool out there.
That went over real well.
Diamondbacks weren't happy about that when it happened when the Dodgers did it. They said that it was Just came with the territory last year in the playoffs. If anybody was going to clinch here. The ball was hit sharply and it turns into a force out at second base. We go to the bottom of the ninth in Arizona.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
The ninth inning.
This dominant performance is 4 hits allowed. Going back to Hyundai key to the game. Stand back. He's standing back out there on the mound in the 9th inning. We're getting 16 ground ball outs tonight. Soriano just dealing 90 pitches coming into the 9th inning here.
We have stood back in awe of what we have seen from Jose Soriano. Not just tonight either. He has been an outstanding performer. A .336 ERA so far in the first half this year. Ball one to Geraldo Perdomo leading off the bottom of the 9th inning as the Angels look to make this an even series. They have a 7-run lead to work with here and a whole bullpen ready to go if Soriano has any issues. Perdomo fouls one off. Imagine there's a pitch count that Ron Washington has in mind, in addition to the fact that if somebody gets on base here, that's probably it. Perdomo, then Carroll and Marte due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's a curveball for a strike. That's how Perdomo struck out in the 6th.
All of a sudden he's starting to get a feel for that and his slider. How about that, getting that feel for that in the 8th and 9th inning? Just for fun. Just for the pure pleasure of it. Just let me drop my knuckle curve in there.
There's a foul off to the left. Well, it's the 9th inning, and this is only the 3rd at bat for Perdomo.
You don't have to worry about those thing about 3rd time through when you're dealing like this.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a chopper foul, so Perdomo extending the pitch count. Remember, Soriano's season high is 98. Entered this inning at 90, and he's thrown 5 pitches already to Perdomo. He's had to work a little harder in the last few innings. One in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Moore's ready. He'll be called upon perhaps to get some of the final outs here.
I think even regardless of this, how this at bat turns out, this is a pretty long at bat. It might be the last batter here.
Let's see, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Corbin Carroll next. A line drive. Soriano knocked it down. It goes out toward Theis, who throws, and it is not in time. Oh, he looked out.
Yeah, he looked out. I think they're going to look at that one there quickly.
Soriano off the ricochet back toward the first base line. Theis made an incredible effort on a sliding pick and throw from his backside, and he looked like he had the runner initially, but it looks like the Angels won't challenge as Soriano allows an infield hit.
What a play that was for Theis.
Close play,
yes.
but Perdomo just did beat it.
Wow. Fortunately enough, he was able to get the glove on that one.
Matt Theis, what an incredible effort that was. As Perdomo gets on to begin the bottom of the 9th inning, and that will likely be the end of it for Jose Soriano tonight. The Angels will find that it was an important part of it to get him out there for the 9th inning. And just a fabulous performance from Jose Soriano.
Kyle Tucker is doing it at the major league level. Yeah.
Seems like every game we're impressed by him a little bit more.
Deep to right field, it's gone! King Tuck!
Talk about his defense, which is elite.
He leaves, and he caught it! Tuck out there protecting the kingdom.
Kyle Tucker has been the man. Bat flips for days. Watch this one. Hey, boys, this is what I do.
All hail King Tuck!
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Jose Soriano.
Including 4 double plays turned behind him. Attacked the strike zone with all his pitches, kept those pitches down in the lower third, and got ground ball after ground ball. Everyone busy in the infield from Remigio, the Neto, Guillermo, and Shonwell too. All of them on their toes throughout the game.
You get 16 ground ball outs. You're involving everybody, and he is the major league leader now in ground ball percentage this year. Working into the 9th inning tonight. First Angels starting pitcher to do that. With an infield hit to start the inning, although it was very nearly turned into an out. Great effort by Matt Dice.
That earns him the Toyota Player of the Game, that dominant performance.
I think he's got it locked up in the bag. Toyota
Yes.
Player of the Game.
Yes.
Carroll fouls another one off. Soriano has now reached 100 ground ball outs for the year. Something only a few other pitchers in the major leagues have done. Max Fried, Logan Webb, Tanner Houck. Real ground ball stars that are out there. And Jose Soriano is starting to etch his name onto those lists and into the thoughts and minds of baseball people everywhere.
Yeah, you're seeing a revival of the sinker. And a lot more pitchers using that pitch, going back. A lot of teams even going away from the 4-seam fastball completely, going down and getting that sinker, getting ground balls.
And we talked about Tanner Houck. That's what the Red Sox have done. In the name of Andrew Bailey, who was the Giants pitching coach last year when they did the same thing as Carroll pops out. Why do you think that is?
Because now, again, you're always hitters are going to try to make an adjustment, and it's forcing a lot more pitches thrown. You can foul baseballs off a lot more easily when it's upstairs, and hitters have adjusted to where it's a home run ball. It used to be that way when you were upstairs. That's when you gave up home runs.
So 1 out here in the 9th inning. Ketel Marte, a switch hitter, bats right-handed. Launches one foul against Matt Moore, who's trying to get the last couple outs here, and that catch.
Play. Well deserved. That is way over there. Probably didn't expect a foul ball that way.
A long shot from Marte and foul territory, and a great catch by a fan here at Chase Field. We've seen a couple of those tonight.
Maintain control.
Yeah, until he caught it. Marte has hit a 2-run homer, and it's 8-3. Those runs charged to Soriano, so he gives up 2 in his 8+ innings tonight.
Well, he crushes left-handed pitching.
He crushes everybody. Marte is at 14 home runs now in the year.
They go on with 14 doubles, a couple triples.
He's a great player, really. If you're a star here for the Diamondbacks, outside of that 2001 team that had Randy Johnson, guys who were already established stars really when they came here, it's hard to become a star here, at least in the public eye. Paul Goldschmidt was always kind of in the shadows here. Kind of got out more when he left to go to the Cardinals. But you know, outside of those guys who came here as established stars and helped win a World Series here, it's been tough for the Diamondbacks to get a lot of attention nationwide, despite their great players. Corbin Carroll was kind of starting to make some noise last year as the Rookie of the Year. Ketel Marte is truly an underrated great player.
Outstanding defensive player too.
Swing and a miss by Randall Grichuk, pinch hitting for Jock Peterson here in the 9th inning. Grichuk was just a single short of the cycle yesterday. Grounds this one to Luis Rengifo, and the Diamondbacks are down to their final out. Christian Walker hit a long home run off Soriano in the 8th inning. Really the only pitch Soriano probably regrets tonight.
So good throughout the entire game. So efficient the entire game.
Averaged right around 10 pitches per inning through 7, and then gave up an 18-pitch 8th inning to get him to 90 through 8. Still had a chance for a complete game, but Geraldo Perdomo led off this 9th inning with an infield hit. And Soriano exited from there.
Another outstanding performance on the road.
Winner today with a road ERA of just
2.35.
10 earned runs in 38 1/3 innings, allowed just 2 in 8 innings tonight. 12 earned runs now in 46 1/3 innings on the road for Soriano. Makes his ERA 2.33, so only down a little bit after this great outing. Part of that giving up the run here in the 9th. There's strike 3 called. Say goodnight to the Diamondbacks. The Angels cruise tonight. They beat Arizona 8-3, scoring 7 in the first 4 innings and riding Jose Soriano from there.
Just an outstanding all-around performance led by Soriano, and the offense today too. Joe Adell with a 3-run home run. Just balanced throughout. A lot of good swings, a lot of good defense, but it was all set. That tone by Soriano. Zack Neto just a triple away from the cycle himself. 3-hit performance. Shawnoel with 3 hits. Just a really good offensive performance today. Everyone was using the whole field, and there was conversation earlier today with that team meeting helped out on the offensive side. It also helps out when you have Soriano on the mound too.
So the Angels win rather easily tonight 8-3 against the Diamondbacks. They even up this series at a game apiece, and they got some great individual performances throughout the night. Jose Soriano chief among them as he gets the win, but Zack Neto a big part of it on the offensive side as well. Hit a first pitch home run in the top of the 2nd inning, driving the one out into the left field corner, starting a 3-hit night for Neto. A rocket of a base hit in the 4th inning, and then it was in the 6th when it seemed like Neto had his 2nd home run of the game. Hit this one even further than his first home run, an actual home run. That one though just underneath the yellow line out there in straightaway center field. Neto was placed at 2nd base with an RBI double in the 6th. So a complete performance offensively from Neto tonight, and from the Angels it was an easy one for them tonight after what Jose Soriano put together in 8+ innings, earning the victory, his second straight win, first time he has won back-to-back starts. And the Angels beat the Diamondbacks here tonight 8-3 with a chance to win the series tomorrow. So we mentioned Zack Neto's great offensive performance. Jose Soriano rolling a lot of ground ball out. So Zack was busy tonight. He's standing by with Erica Weston.
All right, Big Papa, big night for you. But I got to start first with the guy on the mound, Jose Soriano, best outing of his career. You guys were busy out there with all of his ground ball outs. What'd you think of his night?
I mean, he did a fantastic job. I mean, he's been a bulldog for us all year, and you know, being able to do that for him out there, you know, when he's getting the balls in play, just be able to make outs for him while he's going through the game like how he did today.
You got the home run party started. Joe Adell added another, your 8th of the season. It was on a first pitch too, one of 6 first pitch hits tonight. Was that part of the plan, being aggressive out here tonight against Cecconi?
I mean, you know, we had a pretty good plan on what Cecconi had today, but you know, we were just trying to be aggressive. We were trying to go out there and be the first team on the board, and you know, we want to make sure we got to run every inning, and you know, we did a pretty good job of doing that, and be able to start that inning, or be able to start the home run rally. I mean, it's awesome.
You guys had a lengthy hitters meeting before the game today. Wash was talking about it, a lot of accountability. What in that meeting did we see out on the field today?
Accountability. That's the biggest thing we got out of it, and you know, we just wanted to come out here and play for each other. No matter the result, you know, we just wanted to be the better team today, whether we win or lose, and you know, just flush it at midnight and come back tomorrow with the same mentality.
All right, keep it going. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys.
Angels will have a chance for a series win tomorrow here in Arizona. They beat the Diamondbacks tonight 8-3, and we'll wrap things up in just a moment.
Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it. Throws a no-hitter.
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game all season long.
Boom! How fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network. Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We like connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Smooth ride for the Angels tonight. They scored early. Jose Soriano was tremendous, and they beat the Diamondbacks 8-3. They'll look for a series win here in Arizona tomorrow. The finale and the rubber game of the series will be tomorrow night. Angels Live presented by Nissan starting at 6 o'clock. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame show presented by OC Healthcare Agency with Erica Weston and Mark Gubiza. For Gobi and Erica, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying goodnight.
Corey Seager. All eyes on him.
He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes the ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
For making Quaker a part of your family.
Excessive heat warning in effect tonight from Phoenix as Jose Soriano and the Halos dominated in Game 2 against the Diamondbacks as we say hello to this post-game edition of Angels Live brought to you by the OC Navigator. 8-3 your final scores. We welcome you back inside Chase Field. Eric Weston alongside Mark Gubas. Hey, that was a fun one tonight.
There's lots of smiles. Yes. Fun in the dugout, fun in the booth, fun down here with you here today. I mean, that was a perfect game, really, when you think about how well it was pitched, how well it was defended, and how well they swung the bats today.
Yeah, right from the start, right? Yeah. Gooby, you had the offense going immediately, part of the plan, being aggressive, but the story tonight, no question, was Jose Soriano in his longest outing of his career.
He ground chuck. You remember that in football back in the day? I mean, he was a ground ball machine. 16 ground ball outs, 4 double plays turned behind him. He was around the strike zone. He was incredibly efficient, too. And a lot of these ground balls, too, they were not squared up. They were towards the end of the bat, toward the handle of the bat. He had unbelievable movement in his sinker. Early on, he threw a lot of sinkers. He threw some four-seam fastball, but still, then he started mixing in that knuckle curve. His slider was good. His splitter was dominant. It's one of the best performances I've seen in a long, long time. Reminiscent of the ones we saw in Arizona in spring training, where Ron Washington said he was the best pitcher he had saw the entire spring. Well, he had that going today.
Yeah, he closed out the spring slate right here in Arizona, and you're right, Wash said it was the best pitching performance he'd seen from any starter in spring, but credit to the defense, too. You mentioned the ground ball outs, the 4 double plays. Neto was in the middle of 3 of those plays, but really nice job by the defense behind Soriano.
Eric, when you think about it, he had a game against Texas, 13 ground ball outs. Last time out against San Diego, 14. So as an infielder, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have some action in the infield, and he had a ton of it. You know, we get that 4-6-3 double play. Guillerme's so good. His hands are so quick. And this is one of the most difficult ones, the old 3-6-1 double play. Everything was textbook on that one. Another good play by Shawnuel. Gets that, steps on the base and throws it over to Neto, who applies the tag. And then right here, 4-3 double play for Guillerme. He's so good. His hands are so quick on the transfer. He's fun to watch play.
He is fun to watch play, and that's exactly why you see him in these games, and he's the perfect guy to be at second when you got Soriano on the mound. Dominant pitching performance by Soriano tonight. I spoke with him a few moments ago. His big brother, Carlos Estevez, doing the translating for us. Here's what he had to say.
Súper bien, súper bien. Es algo que, ¿sabes? Me alegra mucho porque pude ir lejos y pude ayudar al equipo, pude conservar los brazos del bullpen también.
He said it felt great because he could have helped the team and, you know, stay out there longer and help the bullpen since we had that game yesterday. And he felt amazing.
How much did you hope to go all 9 tonight?
¿Qué tanto tú esperaste tirar los 9? Bueno, yo en verdad no tenía eso en mente, solamente estaba pensando en tirar un picheo a la vez y resultó.
He said he wasn't thinking about it, but he was just focusing on one pitch at a time, and I went out there for long.
16 ground ball outs, also helped by 4 double plays. What do you think about the defense behind you tonight?
Oye, 16 rolling, 4 doble play. ¿Qué tú piensas de la defensa allá atrás?
Increíble, increíble, ¿sabes? Yo confío en mi compañero, yo sé que tengo gente que tiene buena defensa atrás y yo trato de poner la bola en juego.
He said that's amazing. It's truly amazing because he really believes on his teammates and the guys he has behind him, and he knows he's gonna throw his sinker and put the ball in play to get those ground balls.
Well done. Thanks for the time. Nice job, both of you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gooby, that was fun. How fun was that? Getting Esty doing the live translating.
I mean, his smile on his face, so he was like a big brother. He has been a big brother to him. He was so proud of the fact that he knew he had that power sinker working, and he utilized that and used that throughout the entire game.
Well, you see the knee bending that Soriano does on the mound. I know we talked about this his outing in Cleveland. Esty was the one that helped him through that and helped calm him down. He's gotten better every single time.
Yeah, Eric, it's all really a timing mechanism. That way he could stay back and stay balanced on the pitching rubber. Sometimes when he was a little bit too quick, he's already landing, and it's difficult to get the arm in the right slot, but now he's got that balance in there, and it's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Remember when I said
he's a road warrior?
He is a road warrior. Remember when I said get your popcorn ready? Was that last night or today? I can't remember. They're all blending together.
Yeah, I think it was today.
It's appointment viewing TV when Sori is on the bump. Amazing stuff from him tonight. Can't wait to see what he's got the rest of the way. We've got more reaction ahead as we continue to wrap things up here from Chase Field. Big Papa getting things started from the home run party perspective. Couple guys going long with the baseball tonight. 8-3 your final score. Joe Adell joining the party as well. Stay with us. More reaction ahead right here on Valley Sports.
This game we call life.
This is what you've been waiting for, folks. This is Gunnar Henderson.
American League Rookie of the Year. What a superstar rookie season he had.
What can this guy do?
One of the best all-around players. You better be really good at what you do if you're going to be called Gunnar.
Out of here! Gunnar Henderson's season is in full effect.
Gunnar Henderson's my shortstop. This dude, absolute animal.
Show him who you are, kid. Show him who you are.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Get inside game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Firecracker Wrap.
Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Fun one tonight from the Halos. Jose Soriano twirling an absolute gem. The longest outing of his career. Pitching into the 9th inning tonight. Just 2 earned runs allowed from Sori as he led the way. Led the charge, Gooby, for the Angels tonight. And you know who else did was Zack Neto. We were talking about 2 guys on cycle watch last night for the Diamondbacks. This time, it was Big Papa on cycle watch.
Yeah, very similar to what we talk about Randall Grichuk was on cycle watch yesterday, with how quick he was with his hands and bringing his hands inside the baseball. That home run he hit, it was a fastball up and in on him. He still brought the hands in and gets that one out to left field. What a swing for Neto. I mean, he's starting to really show a lot of power. We know the speed, we know the defense, but he's just staying through the baseball well. Another pitch off the inside part of the plate, brings the hands in there and just does some, I'll tell you what, How did that ball knock it out? By the way, that's a triple. That's got to be a triple. That's every other ballpark in Major League Baseball. That's a home run. It ended up being a double there, and he did get an RBI, so a big game for Zack Neto. Big Papa had it working swinging the bat.
He certainly had it working, and it's great to see it really all coming together. The defense was always there. You were wondering what the offense was going to turn around, and it's here,
yes.
Gooby. It certainly is, and the same can be said for Joe Adell, who is now finding himself on the other side of a tough month of May and turning the corner again. He had those 2 hits up the middle last night. You were talking about that in pregame, and got big results tonight.
I was just going to say, Eric, we were talking about that. When you start hitting the ball up the middle or go the other way, eventually you start bringing pitches inside for pitchers because now they feel you have the other outer part, and he crushed that ball 434 feet, 12th home run, tying Taylor Ward for the team lead on that. That baseball was crushed with some serious exit velocity over 110 off the bat. So it's good to see Joe using the middle of the field, and a mistake in, a mistake gone.
I think if you're going to hang a slider, a mistake right there to Joe Adell, that's the end result that you're likely going to see.
Adell said hello.
He said hello to those guys deep out there in left center field. Great to see that from the Joe Show tonight. But, Gooby, another thing you can talk about is the fact that the Halos were aggressive from the start. 6 first pitch hits tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, especially when you go early in the game where a lot of success against, the Diamondbacks are a team that have a lot of success on the first pitch swinging themselves. But the first 3 hits there, Sean Noel goes out there and gets that first pitch he sees, gets it through the hole. Then that slider backs up on Kevin Pillar. He hits an RBI double, and then Zack Neto brings those hands in for that home run there. So aggressive swings on the first pitch, but making sure they're in the zone and where they can hit the baseball. Sometimes you're over aggressive on the first pitch and you get yourself out, which we saw a number of times today for the Diamondbacks against Soriano. But when you get that first pitch to swing at, it's got to be in a place where you could do damage. They did the damage.
Well, you mentioned it on the pregame show, how to get to Cecconi, and we were hoping that it would happen early on in the ball game, and they got to him early and often. And you have to, the offense was there last night too, and it got even better carried into tonight. And
it allowed Soriano to be even more aggressive than he has been. That's the most important thing. It allowed him to relax, even though he pitched the same way if it was 0-0. But still, when you get those early runs, it helps you out.
It certainly does. Calmed him down, I would imagine. It certainly helped a lot. All right, well, what does Ron Washington think about this performance tonight from the desert, and an absolute gem from Jose Soriano? Stay with us. 8-3 your final score. We'll hear from the skipper, Ron Washington. That's next.
Join the conversation on Intentional Talk.
I had a moment with a turtle. I was out snorkeling. He just turns right in the water and looks dead at my eyes. We connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network. Performance.
He is locked in.
Passion.
There's nobody more important than him.
Teamwork.
Working together is key.
Get inside the game with MLB Tonight.
Blanco does it! Throws a no-hitter!
Bringing you breakdowns, highlights, and live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
But that was the MVP of the game right there.
MLB Tonight. Inside the game all season long.
Boom! And how fun is this show?
Only on MLB Network.
Angels Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Fun one tonight from the Valley of the Sun. Zack Neto, Joe Adell. Say hello with the long ball, as Gooby says. 8-3, the final score, but the night belonged to Jose Soriano. Here is the thoughts from Ron Washington on Sori's night.
At the top, I mean, it was awesome. I think he had 4 double plays. He had 13 ground balls, and I don't think he started sweating until he got to the 8th inning. He was very consistent and convenient in his pitches, and Jesus, that was awesome.
Pretty good reaction from that pregame meeting with the guys getting after it, scoring early and often.
Well, I don't know if the pregame meeting had anything to do with it, because the pregame meeting was just informative more than anything else. I just think we came out tonight and we jumped on them right away and just didn't stop. You know, it doesn't matter what you say in a meeting, because once those guys go between them lines, it's all up to them. So tonight was up to them. Offense came out early and kept going the whole game. That's a good thing right there. And we played solid defense, and Soriano took care of the rest.
You watched with 2 outs in the 8th. You come out to the mound to talk to him. Was that to see how he's feeling, or you say you got this guy, or what was the exchange?
The conversation was, don't get ahead of yourself. You come a long ways. Pitch at a time, batter at a time. Don't try to get to the 3rd batter and you at the 1st hitter. You know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to let him know, just calm down and go a pitch at a time. We've come too far to try to all of a sudden try to end this. You're at the end, finish it. And that was it.
How much did you want to see him try to get the complete game?
Well, I wanted to see him get the complete game, but when he went out there in the 9th inning, it was batter for batter. So when the first guy got him, he was through. You know, if that ball get past him and someone catch it, he get the second guy. But it hit him, and he got on the base, and we was just going batter for batter.
How key were those early double plays to prevent them from getting anything going against them?
Well, it was key, because early it was their best part of the lineup. And he got those guys to ground into a double play, especially that Marte kid. He's something special. And I think he hit to 2 tonight. And we got the first baseman to hit into 1. We got Jock to hit into 1. So, Soriano was just so good tonight. And we certainly seen that before. But tonight, we needed him to do what he did. And we certainly needed the offense to do what they did. We needed the defense to do what they did. We needed to win tonight, and we got it.
What makes him...
All right, Gooby, the Angels going for the series win tomorrow. Here's what's on tap for the probables. Griffin Canning against Brandon Pfaadt, who was very good for the Diamondbacks last year. But Griffin Canning, he is trending up right now.
Yeah, I really like his slider. He's getting a lot of swing and misses on that pitch. He's starting to use his fastball a little bit more so. But when you see ground ball after ground ball with Soriano tonight, even though Griffin Canning not necessarily a ground ball pitcher, he has gotten a few more ground balls late, especially on his changeup and his curveball too. So think ground ball, keep the ball in the yard, and have a big game tomorrow.
Well, you mentioned the fastball. That's what Barry Enright's been preaching to these guys, right? Quality, not quantity. Just land it. Spot that fastball all the way back to what they taught here.
Because I still say it, and Jim Palmer, the Hall of Famer, always says the same thing. A well-located fastball is still the best pitch in the game, period.
Period. End of story.
Yes, that's it. Drop the mic.
Should we end the show like that? I think that's the best way to end it. Quickly, before we get out of here, because we're melting, even though we're inside. Final thoughts, Gooby, send us home.
I just love the way they played this game today. The offense early on, and Soriano did his job, and you could see the energy for the fellas today. And Joe Adell crushing that baseball. Zack Neto. Sean also with 3 hits today. So the offense was there, but that man right there, Adell, I love what Wash said, phenomenal.
Phenomenal. He was the story of the night. Fun one tonight. 8-3 the final. We'll see you tomorrow. For Mark Gubas, I'm Erica Weston. See you for the finale right here from Phoenix.